Hey. Holy shit. Hello. I don't know what's happened here. Oh my god, what is going on? My god. Hello everybody, hello. What the fuck? Hey. Okay, so what let me set this up straight. This one? Ah, there we go. Okay. Now we're talking. Guy looking chopped? What the fuck you mean? Chopped? Think again. How was your day? Yo, I had it was my day off today. And I slept in. God, it felt great. I slept for 11 hours straight. That was crazy. Well, not straight, because I woke up at 4 a.m. from coughing, because allergies. Allergy season is in full effect. So I woke up at 4. Then like, you know when it's like hard to breathe because of an allergic reaction? Oh man. It took me like a good half an hour to fall asleep again, but 11 hours straight, baby. 11 hours. All right. You guys are ready to witness history? Huh? You guys are ready to witness history as OTIS Lawrence becomes world champion? I already said this last year. I said last year when he won at Jeddah. Did he? Oh, yeah, he did win at Jeddah. But he won by like 8,000ths of a second in front of Jarno Opmeer. I already said this last season when he won Jeddah that he was going to be world champion. He just needs to chill out. He's going to be world champion. Fassi is winning? Alright, bet. So for Fassi... Wait, what's the point cap? For Fassi to win... OTIS needs to basically not finish in the points for Fassi to win. Fassi needs to win the race and OTIS to not score any points. Or P8 and below. Somebody's got the stats. So, give me a sec. I'm gonna go take a look at the quality results real quick. Where even is OTIS?
It's all about being committed.
20.7.
For
I bet.
Lucas Blakely, Everton is Fassi starting back off in a few moments' time.
I'm never ever going to be qualified. Circuit.
Okay, in on this, and the left-hander ahead of us now, looking for a time good enough for a provisional pole.
Oh.
Also out there.
OTIS is usually really good around here. Come on.
You can see it is an
Go for the drift.
of 200ths of a second. He needs to find more than 200ths of a second.
Oh, he lost time. Oh, better exit though.
To right now.
Through 6, the edge of Weeping Left. Exit though.
500s. Is it gonna be enough?
The apex. Get your car planted through.
Oh my god. So much minimum speed.
Now it's flat through 15. One more braking zone into the final corner. OTIS Lawrence has strung this together very nicely. It's a dash to the line.
But is it enough for Paul though? Freddie Rasmussen! Fassi P2! What are the final standings? Freddie on pole. Fassi is P2. OTIS P3. Man, it's so tight. Oh. Ferrari's gonna play some team game again like in Brazil. I caught the last few minutes of Brazil. Kai, why are you an Otis Glazer? It's not about blazing. Hey, thank you, Rally. It's not about blazing, Ibrahim. Dude, game recognizes game. Okay? If you look at any of the 20 drivers on the grid and you're saying they're fucking dog shit, you're playing wrong. I already said last year, Otis has what it takes to be world champion. And he has what it takes to be champion over and over again. He just needed to fix one thing and not crash out. I'm telling you.
He has no respect for nobody. Sends it everywhere.
Kai, do you like playing the F1 game raw? You know me. You know me. He's only winning because Jarno did one of the biggest bottles. Well, exactly. He didn't bottle when Jarno did. Like, the margins are so fine. You make one mistake. It's literally one mistake. Like, breaking a 10th late. Like 5 meters late. You break 5 meters late into a corner. Boom. You drop 10 positions. It's so fucking dumb. If Otis fumbles this, he might as well retire. We just need him. Look, he has to do nothing. All he needs to do is to finish in the top 8.
He has no respect for nobody.
Right?
Sends it everywhere.
Give me the... Where's the gap? How many points? Thank you, Harm. Yo, how's it going? What's the classification after Brazil?
Out as its driver standings then. That's a perfect way to
See when you won.
That's constructors. Show me drivers.
that is the oh we're seeing this Jake Bennett. That overtake from Ishmael.
The wheel hook.
What a cool hit from the team. And as Ishmael said, it's a good idea to have a plan, but you still got to execute.
Can I see the drivers classification, please?
It worked out perfectly. I mean, I was just watching.
Holy Ferrari glaze, man.
The Minister of Defence there, and he did a really, really wonderful job.
How many? Where are the standings?
I think that's when he races pretty well. But I am wondering, Ishmael, because
If Otis finished P9, exactly. He just needs to finish within the top 8. Race so good, Kai went live. Yes, sir.
Obviously, but yeah.
Oscar Piastri, Abu Dhabi 24 performance. I hope not.
Feeling it's just you're so focused on what you're doing.
Fassi has been pulling. Look, see, this is how volatile this championship is. Like, Fassi's just kind of been like lurking in the shadows, and then he won one race. Boom. Now he's.
It's a one lap, then you
Now he can potentially win the whole championship.
out again, but you still feel the pressure.
Hello, I'm racing.
The race, I don't really feel that.
Nah, this race is gonna be one for the history books. Either Fassi is world champion or Otis is world champion. But honestly, Otis doesn't even have to do anything. He just stays in the train.
And what a day it is. Eventful for the
Look,
2026
box one lap after Ismail Fassi.
championship. And there it is. Yas Marina
Done.
close out as it's
He's won 3 races. Did he win?
He is definitely looking forward to this one, Brendan, 'cause we
Did he
won't
win?
see
Did he win at Spain? Who won Spain?
around the Formula One Media and Technology Centre. We
It was Fassi, right? Fassi won Spain.
But Abu Dhabi, looking forward to it.
Look, he just needs to not lose his shit like Thomas Ronhar in 24. Thomas Ronhar, biggest implosion on stage. Spain, Mexico, Brazil.
Ishmael after
Oh, okay.
First of all, drink a lot of water.
So you gotta watch out for him then.
No, wait.
The Spaniard,
Not dinner yet.
Dinner after quali.
this is the true challenge.
Brandon Lee.
Am I allowed dinner? You can do what you want. You just won that.
I thought we did quali already, so.
Yo, Brandon Lee, come back.
Right place.
F1 Esports, F1 26.
What's going to happen right now is Ishmael Fassi and the team will have a full reset. Congratulations again on the win around Interlagos and Mexico.
Oh, here we go. Now we're in the live broadcast. Not gonna lie, Freddie this year, it's not been easy for him. It has not been easy.
Now to that team championship, because it's now time to work out the 3 teams that have got a chance to lift the trophy this year. We start with Ferrari. We have Ishmael Fassi and Barry Bortemont.
Is it loud enough for you guys? Let me put it louder.
Gentlemen, I'm just going to squeeze in right here, starting in P2 Ishmael.
Oh, Barry been hitting the gym, I see.
Cumpleaños. It's been a beautiful birthday week. What would make it extra special for you tonight?
Well, first of all, I would say securing P2 in the driver standings, also P3 in the constructor standings.
F125 races?
Crazy if I
Nah, bro. I don't play F125 anymore. I play exclusively F126 now.
Barry, it's so good to finally have a little chat with you after your win back in the competition. Looking forward to one tonight. Can you enjoy this race?
Yeah, I mean, we had a really good qualifying. The form was really
Sound
good.
check?
I think
Mic check?
Qualified top 4 in every race, and obviously.
How's the mic sound?
With, obviously
Is this loud enough? Mic check?
So we just prioritizing him, and yeah, I think
Sound
we'll
check?
see what's gonna happen.
Yes?
Incredible teamwork from you two gentlemen. Head on over to the rig, join in. We have got over there the Jonah and Oscar team.
If you had to
engineers.
fight
What a
any
season it's
F1
been for
esports
Ferrari.
driver?
Trials, tribulations,
Ooh.
challenges, but delivering when it
Like,
matters.
in a boxing match?
There we go. 2 wins. Can he make it 3 out of 3? We move on to our next team in the team championship. Can they make it 4 championships in a row? We'll find out as we welcome Jana Watmir and Freddie Rasmussen.
Okay, I'm gonna put on my headphones because for some reason the mic is picking up.
A huge cheer
Freddie
from
Rasmussen.
Jana Watmir. Gentlemen,
Yo, I wanna
before
fight
we
Freddie
tour the rig,
Rasmussen.
17 wins apiece. What would it mean to you, Freddie?
He looks like he would be a
Pole to
monster
victory,
inside the ring.
18 wins. Do you even think about that right now, Freddie?
It would be nice.
Look at that.
It would help to win the
Behind the
constructors,
eyes.
yeah.
Killer,
Win or
pure
not.
killer instinct behind the
To
eyes.
win the constructors.
I love that. Focus is on winning the constructors. And what would it mean to you, Jana? 4 times winning it. No other team has managed to do that.
Yeah, it would be very lovely, of course. The aim is to score as much points as possible from P13. Win is quite unlikely, of course. But we're going to try and do our best and outscore Alpine.
Wait,
basically.
P14?
Ferrari is still in it as well, quite far back, but it's definitely not impossible.
Oh, so there's
Best of luck and
drivers
congratulations on the
and
1,000 points. We'll say
constructors at the
goodbye,
same time.
To Jano and
Right?
Freddie. Incredible stuff from Red Bull as they head
So
over now. To
constructors
meet
is also on the
Andre
line.
and Liam getting ready for this race. What can they do? It's really going down to the wire. A team
What's the
Ability, he could have wrapped up.
what's a constructor?
Surprising for Brazil, easy to make wheel-to-wheel
of the season.
Okay, that's drivers. Oh boy. My God. Okay, 17-point gap.
And there you have it. Quick maths at 17 points. Right there.
Quick math.
Because yesterday.
Oh. Okay, so drivers and constructors. Okay, hold on. Let me write this down. Plus 17, Fassi equals champ. What's the gap? 5-point gap. Rebel. Wait, I'll just write the points. 214. Whoa. Hey! 29 and 187. What? 209 and 187. That's Ferrari, right? Yeah. Okay, so okay. Yo, honestly, Alpine's been kind of cooking. We need Danny to stop sleeping.
Team trying to stop them is Alpine with
A final round decider. We had the final qualifying session of the year. And we began, funnily enough, with Q1 as they headed out on the intermediate tyres. That's how professional our editors are. for
Merc
this
points.
program. They always show.
Show me the Merc points.
Ability, he could have wrapped up the champ.
As well.
Through your body right now.
Oh God. Ah. Getting banned. Who said that? Trick shot getting banned.
The bits on the
finding it easy, maybe all the pile pressing on a little bit now. He had to take a big, deep breath and a sigh of relief, but it was Joni Tormala who gave us a wave. Unfortunately, wouldn't go
Joni Tormala looks young and old at the same time. He looks 15 and 35 at the same time.
Danny Beresnay had said over the radio earlier on in this qualifying session that he was struggling with the pace. It wasn't the pressure, he was just slow. So he was looking, hoping, praying, trying to get through to that Q3 appearance to help out his teammate and help out his team later on. Jarno Opmeer, though, on the other hand, he wasn't able to do so. A mistake around the final corner meant that Jarno Opmeer, 3-time champion, was out in Q2 in 11.
I just want to say, my PB was a 21-1.
Freddie Rasmussen with a superb lap on his
Put me in Jarno's seat.
But who would improve at the end? Ismail Fassi got close, but not close enough. He missed out by
1,000th, by the way.
Of a second. No way not close first. But who would improve at the end?
Okay, you guys know why he lost 1,000? You guys know why he lost 1,000? Look at that.
With a superb lap on his
Look at the line he takes. Just watch.
First run, but who would improve at the end?
Why did he drift to the right? He just gave himself 3 extra meters to cover. That's a longer line. Look.
Lap on his first run.
You do not need to drift back to the middle. Just stay straight here. Stay straight. And it's less bumpy on the outside in the blue part.
At the end.
Look. His right wheel.
Rasmussen with a superb.
Look where his right wheel starts. Right wheel is here.
Who would improve at the end?
Look where he starts drifting to the right. That's added distance. That was 1,000. That's 1,000. He lost pole because of that 1,000.
Ismail Fassi got close, but not close enough. He missed out by 1,000.
They hate it because he spoke the truth.
So exciting.
All right.
Here we are meeting the drivers as they come out. It's the final moment. It's nice to talk about it, but it's actually about to happen, Nicola.
This is happening.
Yeah.
It's been a joy being a part of this journey this season, and now we're here for that final race. I can kind of feel the tension in the building. I do know that Brendan Lee sat next to me is feeling very nervous right now.
No, the Brendan Lee, 2 championships under your belt. Surely you're not nervous.
I am.
Yeah.
I can
Brendan
imagine
Lee.
what they're feeling, and I've been fortunate to go through those emotions myself. So, you know, they could walk away very happy, but also the flight home or drive home is very long if you don't get the result that you want.
Yeah, and I know you sim racing drivers stay in that zone, especially when there's not another race, because after this race, there's an off season, there's nothing to do. Or
so much talking. Another 15 minutes.
Sim racing fans out there who are like, come on, I need my fix. How can
let me go get some coffee, guys. I'll be right back.
The Ferrari HP Esports Series. It will be coming to the Formula 1 game for the first ever time and returning this season, or year, I should be saying. I always think of seasons and years as the same thing. But ultimately, come and join us. Join in the team, see if you can qualify and get on the Formula 1 game as well.
What better way to show your enjoyment when getting behind the sim rig yourself? And way back in 2017, when you saw an opportunity, a call for all sim racing drivers to get involved. Do you remember that day back in 2017?
August 17th, 2017. I remember where I stood as I was working as a chef at the time. The opportunity Formula 1 gave me changed my life, and it's cool to see Ferrari bringing that initiative and hopefully going to change someone else's life as well, for the better.
I love that. And by the way, really looking forward to reading your book. Real obvious plug there. However, as we turn, bombshell. Right now, we saw it in the race around Interlagos, and that was Barry Burman, the whole holding Otis Lawrence back as long as possible, sandbagging. We called it. It's been revoked. It has been revoked. So this is what it does to the Drivers' Championship. It's changing constantly, which keeps me on the edge of my seat. It's been revoked, rescinded, however you want to look at it. It doesn't apply. He was given a 3-second penalty, or a 1-second penalty. I forget now. There's so much going on, but basically, 3 second. I was right. Should have trusted my gut, as these drivers need to do on some of these corners coming up. But it's been rescinded. That's what it does. So it's Otis Lawrence 146 points to Ismail Fassi's 129. So it's back to 17 points the difference. That's just thrown an absolute curveball to situation. I see you're processing it, Nicola.
I'm processing it because we were me and Brendan were discussing it.
Did the gap change?
And we thought, oh, maybe we don't know. We don't know what's going on.
Did the gap change?
But then I was chatting to Brendan about it, and we were both thought
that's just thrown an
No, it didn't.
absolute curveball to situation. I
Back
see
to
you're
17.
processing it, Nicola.
I'm processing it because we were me and Brendan were discussing it just before it, and we were both
Tell him late in the race because
What did Yarno do?
No, as these.
Wait, what was the gap before that?
He's confident.
It was 20?
You don't need to rock the boat in this moment in time.
No, I mean he's starting in P3. Just
Guys, look at
focus
this.
On that, finishing P3, and the job's a good one, essentially. So
homemade
okay, what does
iced
that do
coffee.
to the team's championship? Because there's a massive effect here for everyone involved. But then again, at the same time, just absolutely send it. I mean, nothing changes in principle. 3 points is the difference.
3 points is the difference.
Oracle Red Bull Racing.
It's gonna be tight. It's gonna be tight.
Championship. At the end of the day, it changes nothing. Just be across the line quicker than your opponent. That nothing changes there. But the mentality during the race, I guess, would be affected, Brendan.
Well, it changes nothing about what you want to do, but it changes everything.
He starts everyone 3 points.
What is the drivers?
Back to 17.
46 and 129.
That's just thrown an absolute curveball to situation. I see you're processing it, Nicola.
I'm processing it because we were me and Brendan were discussing it just before it went live, and we thought, oh, maybe we don't know. We don't know what's going on. But then I was chatting to Brendan about it, and we were both saying, how do you approach this as a driver?
And calm. What happened in quali?
How do you approach this as a driver? I'll tell you.
Now,
just send it, bro. Just fucking send it.
The poll.
Watch this.
Sitting loud.
Flick.
Talk us through it, Brendan. This is the moment where I get calm now with Brendan.
No flick.
So
yo, they're running so much rotation, by the way.
So critical on the steering wheel to make sure you
oh.
keep high minimum speed. Any sliding
Holy
around
shit.
will destroy your lap time potential. Up into
he doesn't even
here, really
open it up.
Wide. The track actually
See?
dips down at the apex there.
He drives just like me. He drives like Formula Kai.
The drivers stay to the right-hand side.
You do not need to open up turn 4. Just do it the Kai way.
You gain a bit of top speed advantage, then braking over the curb on the
F1 ESPORTS World Champion drives just like Formula Kai.
A little bit more compromise for the exit. Now full throttle as we go to the next DRS phase.
That part of the corner is so hard. That part of the track is so hard.
All about precision and not overheating the tires. Dabble the brake, throw it into the left, and keep the car tight for the exit of the corner. Now, one of my favorite sequences in the Formula 1 game, the hotel section.
Holy shit, he's gaining so much.
Here. Look for the right-hander, much more flowing than years gone by. Through the left, keep the throttle stable. Through the left again, keep the throttle even more stable. And we're going to go up to the final 2 corners of the lap. Could it be pole position? And we're going to be nervous.
Absolute animal. Look, he's going to stay tight to the left.
And this is the pole position lap of Freddie Rasmussen.
What did I say? Huh? What did I say? He stays to the left. He gets pulled by 1,000. You guys think? Doesn't make a difference, but it does make a big difference. It makes a big difference.
Thank you so much for that.
Trust me when I say it makes a huge difference.
The F1 race, and just before the Sunday night on Saturday night, cycling around the track with our cameraman just over there, Elliot.
This is the pole position, going to be nervous. Final braking, flick the car over the inside curbing, and this is the pole position.
No. Look how much tighter he's to the left. Here's the thing. The finish line is in front of you anyways. You do not need to go to the right. Only in the race do you need to start drifting to the right because the next corner, the next braking zone is on the right-hand side of the track. Here, you do not need to when you're finishing the lap. That actually adds 2 or 3 extra meters. And 1,000...
Freddie Rasmussen.
That's where the 1,000s come from.
This is to mistake during the race.
I'm telling you, you guys don't listen, but that's how fast he lost pole. That's how he lost it.
Otis needs to stay calm.
Guys, in 1,000s, it comes down to that.
Otis would be good enough.
All right, try to tap with your finger on your desk. Try to time exactly 1,000. It's like your finger's basically not leaving the. It's not leaving the table. It's instantaneous.
Remind everybody, OTIS Lawrence.
Yeah.
So,
going slightly shorter with that line makes the difference.
Rescinded. That makes it really interesting. And as we look here,
Ibrahim with the oversteer.
Was able to do in quality.
Should I brim?
Missing out on pole by 1,000th of a second. We're watching in real time there.
I will die on that hill. I will die on that hill.
I've missed out
it's
by
the line.
1,000th of a second.
Even with the oversteer, he would have had pole.
And Freddie immediately after, and it was something that was so tough. I mean,
he would not have had the oversteer had he pointed the car towards the outside.
But speaking to
I'm just saying. He asked too much from the car.
To see, I don't think he quite.
But mostly it was because of the shorter line. I'm telling you, 1,000. That's it.
He was so close to getting on pole, but still at the same time, he's feeling very positive, and he's just going to try and enjoy it as a race rather than.
Who do you think will win the championship?
And anything else is.
I'm calling OTIS. I'm rooting for OTIS.
We're going to see what's going to happen.
I think it's a long time coming.
Grid, to me, is as exciting as it's going to get. That is full-blown Hollywood stuff right there. It is, isn't it? Those front two rows. I mean, you've got Freddie, Ishmael, Otis, Barry.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Who's going to be putting their hands in the concrete? Wet mix later on. We'll find out.
You guys want to see the live chat?
For Otis,
let's go lose some brain cell in the live chat.
It wasn't the best start. Going around Mexico, going out first time, going out, not making it to Q3. And at that point, you're like, oh, is he going to get it done? His mood wasn't great at that point, was it, Nicola? Then it was fine in Brazil. He was buzzing.
Yes, he was. Yeah, it's been a real up and down. Well, 2 days, isn't it? I mean, it's been 3 races, but 2 days. It feels like it's been much longer. But it's been a real weird journey, I think, for Otis. Like, we're just watching him smile or not smile, smile or not smile. But I think, was he smiling earlier when he did the
smile, not smile, or Ismail Fassi?
Yeah, I think he's just enjoying all the feelings, whether they're the highs, lows, all of that. So
smile or not smile, right?
Opportunity to become a
I bet you us when Ismail won in Brazil, he was not smiling.
Enjoy the highs, the lows. You know.
All at the age of 18 as well. I mean, he's so young. He could be the youngest world champion that we've seen. So I'm hoping that he's not feeling too much pressure on his shoulders and he can just go out there and
look at these comments. Yeah. Oh my gosh, shut up.
Yes.
Yeah, I think he's talking to you, Ibrahim. This guy's talking to you.
Okay then, that's Alpine. They're currently top of the team standings. The team chasing them down, and there's not many.
Jarno Alpine will be the next world champion? No.
And you look at them as a team, they needed to have a good event for,
I mean, he's always up there, but like these new guys,
they've done the best they can.
These new guys are quick as hell.
Solid in F1 sim racing.
I'm just saying.
They really have been the standard for the teams to beat for multiple years, and it's going to be hard to beat them. And if Alpine do, honestly, full respect.
The racing is so shit in this game, by the way.
Both Alpine, Red Bull, and their strategy decision to add Red Bull have always been A-class.
Racing. Oh my god, he's sweating.
It's fascinating. The two
he is sweating. Holy. He's fully locked in. Holy shit.
He might have had a chance of winning the race, but you can't write him off. And then he's starting in P13.
Bro, did you see how like Freddie just pushed Thomas all out of the way? He went.
The thing about Jarno is it seems like the more adversity he has, or let's say the more aggravation he has behind the scene, even more that he performs better. The more reasons you give him to lose, the more he wins almost, you know? And that's actually such a cool trait to see because you see him fired up, you see it in his eyes, you see it in his body language as well. And really, I'm seeing that quite a lot in this final event where his shoulders are
so
out.
quick. It's so quick.
Like the Jarno
20.6.
Yeah.
Madness, man.
We haven't got time to open up that can of worms, Brandon. We just haven't got the time. We just haven't got the time. But a real privilege, I'm sure, for all of those drivers to race alongside or against.
Subscribe to my OnlyFans.
Okay.
For feed picks and app picks.
Get a prediction. Who's taking the championship?
Steering wheel combo.
I've got my my guess here.
Shrek.
Who's going to win the championship?
Are we going for it?
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's going to Otis. I do. Yeah, I'm going Otis. Yes, I'm sticking with Otis.
I don't want to jinx any of those drivers out there.
Sticking with Otis.
I feel bad doing this. This doesn't quite feel right to do, does it?
Well, I have an awkward situation because I'm really good friends with Otis, and he's probably the driver I speak to most outside of like all this. But I'm also a Ferrari ambassador, so I'm going to pick myself to win the championship.
No, it's not. I mean, that's.
I'm going to pick myself. Look at
Brendan, didn't you? Expected
fucking
that
Brendan.
My answer is the right driver will win the championship.
You just threw
fantastic
me.
Fantastic boy.
Absolutely.
That's what you just.
Who's
threw
fantastic
me
boy?
I cannot believe you just did that to me.
However,
Ishmael could also do really good things.
We've already spoken about the contenders. Sorry, Nicola. That's who the people think it's going to be Otis at the moment. Abu Dhabi, incredible track. Incredible to cycle around when you haven't got a chain coming off all the time. It's incredible to run. It's incredible to watch.
Incredible
so
to bike around. Is that what he said?
Here. What do we like about this track, Brendan?
I would do a jog. I would do a quick run around Abu Dhabi. How long is the track? Chat, how quick do you reckon I can do a lap of Abu Dhabi on foot?
Championship decider, which Nico
it's like 3K, no?
Well,
4 kilometers?
You did. Do you know what I think?
I did. Yes.
I think
20 minutes.
I've got the fact that Freddie might win this race.
20 minutes.
Freddie will win this race.
I agree, Mushroom.
And after that, we have got no idea what happens. However, when it comes to predicted pit stop strategy,
these IRL commentators, they're really good at what they do, but what they lack a little is the in-game knowledge. Like sometimes they say random ass shit that makes absolutely no sense in the game. They do make sense in real life, but it does not work that way in game. And some of the things that we drivers do, we don't do it for the exact reason that they think we do. So I think Brendan is a fantastic addition. You're right.
I reckon Jarno will go
35 minutes, bro.
And I think Daniel Brett
20 minutes because you're fat.
I know, I cannot wait for this. Talk about drama.
Trick.
It is all
1v1.
about to pop off and
1v1 in the ring.
In this race, Kai Pacini, Alex Jakes. I don't know about you, but I'm jittery with excitement, nerves, trepidation. I just can't wait to find out who's going to be the champion.
5 minute a K.
To crown a champion, Tom. This
5 minute a kilometer is pretty fast already.
Being predicted
5 minutes per K.
Been there and done that.
20 minutes.
It is time to find out who succeeds after an epic contest that has only run over 2 months.
It should be now, no?
And so many hours.
It starts in a minute.
Dedicated their lives to this. Tycho Hardy is in 18th.
Hey, look at Tycho Hardy. Holy shit. Yo, he looks like he's going to eat your cat.
And Nico Longe move to the next row. And we'll
sorry, that came out wrong. you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Look at this.
Could he go for the soft tie? Jake.
What is that smirk, man? What is that smirk?
Drano in 10th, Ulas Ozildarim in 9th position.
Okay, let me go to the bathroom before the race starts.
Next up is Alfie Butcher. Istvan Putki is in the Williams and in 7th place. Next up is Danny Berezne. Thomas Ronha is in 5th position. The drivers are preparing in these moments as we tell you Barry Bormond goes from 4th and Otis Lawrence is the championship leader. He goes from 3rd on the grid. And our front row, Ismail Fassi trying to take his maiden title. He's alongside a man who did just that. One of the names they're trying to join, Freddie Rasmussen, is in 1st place in a line. Kai, tell us the nerves.
They're going to be high. They're going to be high. Nerves are going to be high. And it's all on the line here. Freddie Rasmussen taking it away from the front row. Otis Lawrence trying to defend his championship position. And Ismail Fassi, the challenger, the underdog. Can he do it? We'll find out in about 29 laps time.
It is going to be an all-out fight. Teammates are about to play a role. Red Bull versus Alpine for the team championship. For Otis Lawrence or Ismail Fassi, we're about to add a new name to our champion roll call. It's time to crown a champion.
Huh?
5 lights go out and we go racing to turn number 1. Freddie Rasmussen gets the launch off the line that he needs. Ismail Fassi in 2nd. Otis Lawrence
around the outside
for the title. They go through the first turn.
Fassi is so dirty, man.
Rasmussen, Fassi, and then Otis Lawrence. Barry Bormond is. He
didn't leave him room. He closed the door.
Danny Berezne, Thomas Ronha, Pookie, and Butcher as we go to the braking zone at the hairpin on this opening tour. And we're on board with Barry Bormond, who's got medium tyres on the car. No one went for the aggressive soft tyres. They didn't think it would last. As we go through the brake marker boards, it's Freddie Rasmussen with the lead. Then it's Ismail Fassi, and Barry Bormond looks like he's got to run. He has got to run, and he forces the defensive move from Otis Lawrence. The top 4 barely separated.
Bormond already piling the pressure onto 18-year-old Otis.
Fassi on the hards.
Chases down Ismail
what is Freddie on?
Front. Lawrence knows he doesn't need to go for anything silly, though. He needs to keep this car in a straight line and finish within the top 5, but he goes to the outside of Fassi. He'll go the long way round.
It's a grippy tyre. It should be better on the inside. It's medium.
Oh, this is spicy.
Fassi on the hard tyre that's brought him to victory off the starting line. And it's Otis Lawrence to the apex first. Will they make it through? The 2 of them still side by side. Brilliant driving from Ismail Fassi, and still they can't be separated.
Lawrence
Oh,
has
this
to
is good
back out
defense.
of
Holy
that
shit.
one. Fatty is
What
not
the
going to let
fuck?
that go. He knows he's on the slower tire. He can race this race.
Longer
He
this
needs to
goes
push
on.
Lawrence to the limit and also push the life.
Oh, he has
Squeeze
no
the
battery.
life out of those medium compound tires.
He has no battery
now
left.
He has to go defensive as Boromond applies the pressure from behind. Sprint
You don't need to.
strategy
You don't
here
need to,
from the
Otis. Keep those
Ferrari,
tires
so they're
alive.
able to
Don't
work
lose
off
it.
each other, bounce off each other, and keep Otis Lawrence in the middle. That's exactly what Ferrari want. Pin to the inside white line. Boromond to the outside. Same compounded tire, same grip
Otis.
level. Can he get a better acceleration? No, he
We
can't.
need Danny. We
Lawrence
need
is
Danny
gonna
to
hold
come
on
in.
third for
Otis
now,
has no
but
battery
DRS
left.
is now brought into the equation.
Nah, this has gone
And
bad.
down this back straight, does he have the deployment to attack or does he have the deployment to defend? Defense is the only option here for Otis Lawrence as they go into the braking zone once again.
Oh my.
Outside turns to inside.
Oh!
Boromond's going to try and stick it through. They bang
Oh, wheel
wheels.
hook again.
Nearly going sideways as Lawrence, but he just about keeps this one straight. Fireworks already in Abu Dhabi.
They're separated by nothing, and this time Boromond gets ahead. A massive moment in the title battle for team and driver Ferrari. A line astern, and they played it to perfection in the last race.
That's fine. That's
There was
fine.
a
Undercut
penalty
is still on
applied
the car.
for the team tactics of Barry Boromond. It got
Yeah,
thrown
this is
out,
crazy.
and now Ismail Fassi has the ultimate team player between him and his title rival. Fassi has a chance to improve, and it would still be good enough for Otis Lawrence, but he will be sweating right now. It is not comfortable. It is not done. And on lap 3, a massive moment for Ferrari.
Lawrence will
Yo,
just be
you guys see the top 4,
flashbacks
the
to
top
Sao
5?
Paulo right now.
The 2
We know
Ferraris and
how
the 2
strong
Alpines, this is gonna get
Ferrari
spicy.
pairing
I'm
is.
telling you,
We
this is gonna
saw
get
it as they
spicy
were
as
battling
fuck.
their way through the pack in Mexico. We see
They need to
it
play
back
for
in
constructors here.
Brazil
They
as
need to
well,
play for
with the
constructors.
backing up from Barry Boromond and Otis Lawrence. If he wants any chance of holding on to this championship, needs to find a way past the second Ferrari in the order. Barry Boromond seems to be the ultimate team player, seems to love the play to the defensive game.
You're up to
But
P11?
Otis Lawrence surely learns from last time. Saying that, Barry Boromond not seemingly going any slower than he has to, not backing off the Alpine.
Show us the tires,
or
bro.
sticking with his teammate.
Show us the tires.
Barry Boromond was penalised for going beyond the
Where's the
limit.
last 2
That was
racers?
rescinded.
There is a
So he
team that's
played
not
it
competing.
perfectly.
I think
He
it's
was within
Merc.
the rules. They couldn't
Mercedes
find any
is not
evidence to
competing
go
this
step
year.
the line. And if you play that team game, you've got to do it within the parameters.
Mediums?
So congratulations
They will
to
box
an
lap
amazing
9.
team player. At the moment, he is very, very close to Fassi. Let's go back to the drivers who make their way
Jarno
through
Opmeer
the 6th
around
turn.
the
It was
outside.
Very, very tight for Jarno Opmeer on the hard time.
Yeah, outbreaking multiple cars there. Jarno Opmeer very
That's really
brave
good. That's
on
really
the
good.
brakes. So was Barry
Hey,
Boromond
Claudio.
as he slipped to the outside of the Alpine. That
Come
outside
aside.
very quickly turned to the inside with better traction and that inside line.
Look,
Barry Boromond
this
was
is
just
dirty.
able to
This is
get the
dirty.
better
He-
drive, slipstream, DRS.
Nah, he pushed him.
battery,
He
you
pushed him
name it.
wide. He
And
knew what he
that
was doing.
is what found Barry Boromond into 3rd position. Slipstream from his teammate as well. Ismail
Yeah, no,
Fassi
Benjamin, I know it ain't Mercedes, but I said Mercedes is not racing this year. Which is why Sauber took Mercedes' place. That's why Thomas and Tycho Hardy are racing in Mercedes.
Kick things off in the final round. Rasmussen, Fassi, Boromond find themselves in that order. Otis Lawrence, Danny Berezne.
Yeah, Barry Ibrahim. Otis and
5th for the time being.
Otis and Barry on the same level, bro. They're on the same level. If you watch the old Jarno Opmeer videos from F123,
as we get
you know
to the
that
finish. It's all in the
Barry
balance
is on the
between
same
both
level as him.
championships. On board with Ismail Fassi, trying to make it 3 wins in a row.
But
to take
Otis has
the
been getting a
title.
lot better. This
Keeping the
year,
pressure
Otis
on
has
Alpine and
been
Otis
way cleaner.
Lawrence.
A triple
And Sonic
head
Glaze.
clean sweep would be so
Live
ideal
standings.
for Ismail Fassi right now, and realistically, it's his only option.
Yeah, but
if he
right
wants to
now,
win the
Ferrari's winning
championship.
constructors.
He needs to win this race, but
Wait, do
Freddie
they?
Rasmussen's not going
Wait,
to let that one go.
Otis and
lightly,
Danny don't even need to win this race.
159 points.
It's Red Bull that's in P2 in constructors, right?
12 points back to Ismail Fassi, so he's safe for now, and Freddie Rasmussen just out of that grasp of the championship battle. Still, he's going to want to end this season on a high. He's going to want to win off merit, and Freddie Rasmussen looking for that 18th win to pip his teammate in the statistics.
Yeah, Barry's pretty good, but
Rasmussen
nobody
takes us
has
on to
better
lap
wheel to wheel.
5.
Who's Who's pitting?
Rasmussen ahead of Fassi,
2-stop.
Barman, Otis
Okay,
Lawrence,
somebody's
and
going
Danny
2-stop. But
Beresney.
Tycho's going
In
2-stop.
the team championship, if it stands like this, Red Bull would go back to back to back to back and take a
2-stop
championship. Long way to go though. And there is the well, it's the other way
Tycho's
round,
in the pits.
According to our
Let me make this
information.
smaller.
It is worth saying there's been quite a lot of alterations when it comes.
Okay, he's attempting the
point
2-stop.
scores at the moment. Otis Lawrence currently on for
Red
12
Bull,
points. Danny Beresney currently
right
on
now, I
for
don't think
10
Red Bull
points,
is winning constructors.
25 being scored for the man in the lead.
Well, just a quick point on
Barry has to take out Otis.
There from Red Bull.
Yeah, exactly. But which is why I don't know why
so if the
Otis was so aggressive on the opening lap. Like,
the teams would be tied, and then
anything went wrong on the opening lap, it would have been gone. He would have been gone.
We'd have to crunch some.
It would have been race over.
We don't have time for that right now because we have a ferocious battle on our hands, and Otis Lawrence is still looking very feisty in behind Barry Borman as he'll try everything he can to put off his competitor, try every old tactic in the book, send a dummy, show your front wing in the mirrors, but Ishmael Fassi just unfazed.
Are more people
by
boxing?
anything going on in behind.
If he's
knows
just by
on the hard
himself,
tires. He knows
that
he's on
2-stop's
this
not going to
long
work.
stint to start off the race, so doesn't want to put himself.
Is
in
it
a
legal to
detrimental
park the
position.
bus?
It's lap 6
Apparently, there's a rule. If you drive under 98% of your usual pace, it's a penalty. I don't know.
Otis Lawrence to take the title as it stands, but it is not an easy margin considering we're still going to get those split strategies. And crucially, Borman and Lawrence being on the same strategy is very, very interesting because that's what they were in Sao Paulo. Fassi's going to be going longer. He's going to have access to the fresher tyres later in the race. And Rasmussen, Borman,
Yeah, Fassi is on a dangerous strategy right now, but
on the traditional route.
This is a track where hard medium can actually be really, really insane.
Once again, if things stay the way that they are, Red Bull are currently leading the Constructors' Championship.
Here's the thing, though.
On points, but
like,
they would take
Otis and Danny are going to have track position. Ismail is going to lose a lot of track positions when he goes long.
This race victory, and everyone finishes in the same order. That would be Red Bull's game. They would take home the Constructors' Championship. So Alpine really need to get a move on if they want any chance of this Team Constructors. Jarno Opmeer, he's dancing on the edge of the points, though, so he could play a big factor as well. There's so many things to keep an eye on here, Alex.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
They need to box Otis before Barry.
At the end
and then have Danny box on the same lap as Barry.
But at the moment,
that's the only way. They need to get Otis away from Barry.
Them, but you're right. If it goes to
they basically need to follow Rasmussen in. But the thing is, if Rasmussen boxes, Barry's going to box, and Otis is going to box as well. So,
second places and it would
you know,
towards Alpine. Here
then
is our battle for the lead.
The question is,
Freddie Rasmussen is ahead of Ishmael Fassi.
Does Otis and Danny go long then? Do they go like 2 or 3 laps longer and then have fresher hards and then just fully send it?
Ahead of this man
I don't know what's the plan here.
And he's getting closer. And he's
Danny's saving. Danny's saving. Yeah, the hards are better than the mediums now.
Ishmael Fassi.
This is where the mediums have fallen off a cliff.
And now the breathing room. It got a little bit narrower for Otis Lawrence because Fassi's on for 25 points and the lead, the as it stands lead, is down to 4
Streaming
points
tomorrow?
in the Drivers' Championship.
No.
Freddie Rasmussen lifting and coasting, preserving his tyres.
What did they get? They win constructors? $750,000
by Brendan Lee. Lap 10 to 12, he said, for the medium
That's a lot, man.
Tires
That's like,
drivers start darting
for one person, that would be life-changing money.
Is very strong around here in Abu Dhabi, so you have to keep an eye on what drivers are doing in terms of pit strategies. Yep. Just remember,
what would you guys do if you got $750,000 tomorrow morning?
Pace, but is it worth it in the long run?
What would you do?
Once that checkered
what would you do with all that money?
And the finishing order is set in stone. Ishmael Fassi,
hold on,
a couple of drivers diving into the pit lane off their mediums.
There we go.
And Ruben Pedreño now make their way in. This is going to be a good test to see where the hard compounder tyres are at.
There we go.
And where it's going to benefit them. 3 points between
this is
Otis
looking,
Lawrence and Ishmael
this is looking pretty spicy, guys. Not gonna lie.
Close for comfort.
It's a little closer comfort indeed. and Ismail's gonna have fastest lap this race. I'm not sure if that's a point or not. I think it's a bonus point. Look, people are boxing already. Nah, these people are crazy. Why are you boxing so early?
Of the standings, Ismail Fassi, Freddie Rasmussen, Barry Borman, Otis Lawrence, and Danny Berezne is the top 5. Alfie Butcher finds
almost $1 billion. True.
And then it is Pookie,
750k pounds.
And
in Canadian dollars, that would be 1.3 million. Holy shit, a Canadian dollar is so weak, man.
Hoffland, Nicholas Longe trying to force his way in there as well.
Yeah, let me check.
Waiting for those on the medium to switch to the hard tire.
1.2 million.
One stop route.
1.2 million.
About whether we would have aggressive soft tires to begin this one.
Oh god, no purchasing power, man.
Can as it stands.
Question is Otis Lawrence
he's
confident
boxing
in this strategy? Into the pit lane here comes the first of the Ferraris.
No, Otis stays
the only
up.
Ferrari on the mediums.
Okay, that's smart. That is smart.
Into the pit lane to cover
okay,
off
they
that
need to not
undercut
box
from
the very
any
next
car
lap,
behind.
okay?
Cover off the undercut from Otis Lawrence. He'll stick on these hard compounder tires. Make sure he has the track position over the Alpine, because the defensive work can be done later on. He doesn't need to worry about that right now. Get some fresh air, does the Ferrari, and then he can power on forwards.
Okay, it is lap 9 of 29. Fassi in a brilliant position.
Are we coming out? Where's he gonna come out? Comes behind Ulas.
To put the pressure on. Remember,
yeah, these guys are crazy, by the way.
As Otis Lawrence chasing.
Okay, it's a lot. It's very risky what Otis and Danny are doing, but
for protection, and he might.
I think it's worth it.
Given how effective Ferrari have been.
Otis is dropping out of DRS, by the way.
Freddie Rasmussen giving up the lead.
Yeah, dropped out of DRS.
Ismail Fassi with
he pushed too much on the opening lap.
He's trying to improve. Now, the upside for Barry Borman is that he's able to clear the car.
Oh my god, Barry broke his ankles.
But it's very, very tricky to get by in the middle of the pack. That's what we're seeing right now. If he can make efficient moves, he will use that new tire advantage to close up on Otis Lawrence.
Yeah, big mistake there from Ulas Yildirim, just outbreaking himself. He saw
Otis Loki needs to not box this lap. Stay out another lap.
On the inside, and maybe got a little bit scared of what was going to happen, making that mistake and ultimately losing out on the position. Also
that's
picking
smart.
up
That is smart.
In-game
go out long.
Penalty for
lap 11 or 12, I think, is when they're gonna box.
Drivers will get that removed after the race. Then
let's hear from
11 or 12.
Still in line to win the championship today, Otis Lawrence.
What's the gap between Freddie and Isma? 7 tenths. I mean, he's ruining his chances going long. He's pushing.
Otis Lawrence discussing the state of the race.
But Otis has no DRS.
And he, at the
what is going on?
finds himself in a strange position.
He's losing a lot of time.
Event in a drift with no DRS directly ahead of him. But thankfully, it's his teammate behind.
Yeah, you can hear there from the team radio of Otis Lawrence. He feels that Ismail Fassi is ruining his race. He's ruining his chances by pushing hard out in front on those hard compound tyres. Since he has that long stint, needs to preserve the tyres that he has on his car for the longevity. But
that's a good point, but I don't know.
I slightly disagree. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to disagree with Otis because he's the expert out there on the circuit.
I don't think the undercut train is going very fast right now.
Barry Borman picking up a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. Obviously, some of the in-game penalties do get removed afterwards.
Oh, Barry for the overtake.
Just carving through the field like an
okay, but here's the thing though. Barry is absolutely destroying his tires. By the time Otis gets here, he's going to have 10 or 15% tire advantage.
Fresh compound hards, and Barry Borman
you can absolutely go to the end from lap 8, but you need to save a lot.
Early, so once those other
Barry is basically sacrificing his race to help Isma here. Because with the way he's pushing, his tires are going to be... Wait, why does Barry have a penalty?
Okay, it's well poised at the moment.
There's a 3-second penalty, no?
Ismail Fassi ahead of Freddie Rasmussen. Rasmussen in the wheel tracks. Rasmussen on the medium.
No, they're going long.
Danny Berezne on the medium.
This is the smart strat.
On the medium, and so is Pookie.
They're losing a lot of time to Isma, but Isma has the fastest tires right now, so there's nothing they can do.
And has emerged ahead.
Yeah, because Constructors is not on the line for Ferrari.
Sometimes they get removed.
He just wants to get Isma the World Driver, the Drivers' Championship.
Question about whether he will have that penalty applied. Of course, it won't affect him for the rest of the race, so he's still in play.
As it stands, Alpine wins drivers and constructors.
I don't think Borman's too bothered about that penalty right now. He's just bothered about arriving and passing, which is exactly what he does when he gets onto the rear end.
Telly. Oh, he got multiple track limit warnings?
14th. And another promotion.
Yeah, he finds himself. He's just sending it. He doesn't care about his tires. You know what he's doing. Yeah, he knows what he's doing. Okay, Otis in lap 11.
Tires that he has on his car into the pit lane comes
lap
Otis
11.
Lawrence.
Otis
Butcher in suit as well. Now, where will Otis Lawrence re-emerge onto the?
He's gonna come up behind all those guys.
And it's a clean set of the white wall hards that are
Where's he coming up?
onto the car of this Alpine. He'll now make his way back out onto
He's
the
gonna come out all the way at the bottom. Now he needs to carve the traffic. But he has the best tires. I think he can do it. He can do it.
Lawrence down at the back of the order. Borman has a huge upper hand.
Well, let's find out what we get out on the racetrack. You can see rejoining Otis Lawrence, predicting that he was going to ruin his race by going that early. Otis Lawrence now in the danger zone.
Fire's going to be dirty.
Made his stop, dropping down on the medium tire.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Clearly,
he's going to get elbows are going to be out this race. Watch.
Going to be massive
lap
now.
17-18 is going to be disgusting.
Barry Borman with the potential penalty.
Okay, Otis is 2.4 seconds behind.
We'll try and get word from race control whether they expect that to be removed or not. But for the moment, Otis Lawrence was such an important moment.
Otis just needs to finish in front of Isma.
Exactly where he wants
That's
to be.
all he needs.
And we're still waiting for the stops.
But even then, if he doesn't finish in front of Isma still needs to win.
We go.
You know?
So big moment, and he comes.
Freddie in. Danny in.
Was in touch with the race lead. He goes for the stop, and this is massive for the team and drivers championships.
Danny out.
Because Ismail Fassi had one close contender for the win. When it was the medium tires, he's made his stop.
Danny stays out.
Contenders on the same strategy as him.
The last thing that Otis Lawrence needs right now is traffic of cars in front that aren't involved in his race, and he needs to make his way through quickly in the fashion that we saw from Barry Borman out onto the circuit. Freddie Rasmussen will drop to the back of the order, but he will have fresher tires once it comes to the latter stages, which seems to be crunch time. That's where
Otis did get the overcut. He did get the undercut on Freddie, though.
And even one lap or two we've seen over the course of this season makes a huge difference in terms of what drivers are able to get out of their cars and get out of it in terms of performance as well. So not even half race distance right now. Lap 13 of 29 still.
So who's the net leader right now? Barry is the net leader. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Otis is P7 net lead right now.
Pookie back in for the race, but in behind
Jarno
P5. He goes.
Jarno right behind Danny, by the way. That is wild.
For the three-time champion.
Pookie hasn't raced in all of the
Otis back.
Year, currently running in 5th.
Otis is caught up to the train. Let's see how fast he can cut through the traffic. It's not going to be easy.
He's elevated to P5.
Hello, Simone.
He's now in the pits to get new tires. Jarno Opmeer making progress, driver who started in the middle of the pack.
Is Danny going to box?
13th position.
When is Danny going to box, by the way?
29, Ismail Fassi.
Danny's not
really
boxing?
Good for the win, but he
is really saving. He's going super long.
And a big twist. For the
oh, I get it, guys.
Trying to become our youngest ever.
Danny's going to come out on
just one thing,
very fresh hards, just a couple of laps before Isma, and then he's gonna hold him the fuck up. Like he's gonna send it on his tires.
What are they hoping for from Danny Beresnay? Because if they're
but this is risky. This is risky for the. This is risky for the constructors, though.
Earlier in the not mandatory, but in the predicted pit window that we had for the medium tires, we can see that the hards are so much stronger.
Elbows are out. Yo, this is gonna be spicy. I can't wait. I can't wait, man. Oh god. Yo.
The back of him, but Borman is just so.
It's an all-out brawl.
The head of Danny Beresnay. What's going through the head of Alpine?
They are trying something different. So these are crucial laps then that we continue to watch. And this is catching the train. You can see Otis Lawrence, Ronnie Tormila,
Ruben Pedreno, 3 seconds.
Alfie Butcher has caught the back
That's
of
painful. It's basically a race over.
Barry Borman at the head of the train, and it is a train.
Danny, come here.
as we come in with the other Alpine, Danny Berezne.
What is that? Lap 14 or lap 15?
Now makes his way in. Thomas Ronhart is disconnected
So
from the
end of
session,
15.
so not sure what
How do you
happens
disconnect
there
in the LAN
for
game?
the Mercedes driver up at the front end. Just
How do you
in
disconnect
behind
in the LAN
is
session?
Van Kuki on his long stint, but Danny Berezne will get those fresh hard tyres on the car and now make his way out of the pit lane. Otis Lawrence still stuck in this train behind Joni Tormula. He'll want to see
Thomas Ronhart left.
of the Racing Bulls for
How
much
do you
longer,
disconnect
but
in the
rear end
LAN
of the
event?
Mercedes would be much
Otis
appreciated.
down the inside. Oh my god, he almost lost his front wing.
There. He'll get to the inside, but fighting it
Superior
round,
traction.
He'll get the extra traction. And Otis
He's gonna send it here.
finds his way.
Send it, but don't lose your front wing. Please, Otis, don't lose your front wing, bro.
Welsh Dragon roar later on. We'll have to wait and see. 2 in 2 corners, why not? Battling going on in front with Tamesh Gao and Ruben Pedreño going to blows as Lawrence slots his way past
Come on,
Nico
Otis.
Hardy.
Come on, come on.
He's got to make moves.
Andiamo,
If he wants the
andiamo.
title, he's got to make the moves. He's got to get on with it, and that is the big game for him now. Can he put the hammer
Oh my
down,
god, he's so
clear
close.
the cars that he has been
Dude,
ahead of all
when did
year?
Tomas
And
when
then
did
we get
Tomas
to
box,
Barry
by the way?
Barland, who is leading
He
this
boxed.
gaggle
I
of
think he
cars
boxed
ahead
on
of
like
Ozilderim,
lap
Pedreño,
8.
Gao, and Otis
Lap 8 or
Lawrence,
lap 9 is when he
hoping
boxed.
to lose less and less time.
Let's say.
Real pressure
So
on his
if we box
shoulders right
lap
now.
10,
Yeah,
we finish on like 60 or 70% tire wear. That's 19 laps.
Domino effect here as Thomas
That's
Ronhart
like
makes
about
his way
3.5
back
to
into
4.
the race and attempt into the final
3.5 to
corner.
4%
You
a
don't see
lap
that
on the
very
hards.
often,
If
but
you're
Tamesh Gao
saving.
actually dives into
So if
the
you
pit lane
box,
and decides to dispose of
let's
the
say
tires
lap 9,
off
10,
his
11,
car into
12.
the first corner though.
So
Freddie
Otis has
Rasmussen in the
about
background. Remember, he was
15%
also
tire
up at the front
advantage
end with
over
Otis
Thomas.
Lawrence before he made his way into the pit lane.
That is
Only
crazy.
a couple places in behind it.
Wait, Thomas
Butcher,
boxed?
that separates
Two-stopper!
Lawrence and Rasmussen right now. Rasmussen could
Two-stopper!
become trouble for Otis Lawrence if he's not careful.
Otis Lawrence trying to clear the cars.
That's a Tomas.
And then will we see Lawrence and Burman
Tomas
rejoined
Gao.
in battle? That is the big question. And
He
if
got
we see
kicked
that
because of
again,
cheats.
will that go the same way as Sao Paulo when it was the team game?
Otis is
At the moment,
he is net third, by the way. Net third right now. Bassi's still out on the hards.
Still need to make their stops. On board with Barry Burman, who's getting on the charge.
Ulas.
And he's racing Ozilderim at the moment.
Makes his way past.
Oh, he is
another.
saving.
He's got some fast
Barry is saving
cars in
tires,
behind
actually.
him. Does Barry
Yeah, I thought he was
Barman,
full
so
sending
he'll
it.
want to keep an eye in his mirrors, but make sure that he doesn't drive in his mirrors. He needs to focus on the circuit in front of him as he finds once again
Into the
another-
pits. Sorry, Kai, into the pits. Our championship contender. Massive moment coming his way. If you look
Bassi going in.
at Bassi and his advantage over
Bassi is in,
Otis
guys.
Lawrence, it was 7
This is it, this is it.
seconds when he hit his mark.
Everybody stay quiet. Everybody stay quiet.
Moment
Keep calm.
here,
Keep calm.
12 laps remaining
Where's he
in
gonna
the
come
race.
out? He's
This
gonna
was
come out
exactly
dead
what we
last.
expected. The distance of these hard tires to make their way.
He's gonna
through.
come out in
Barry Borman, we just get
18.
news that he will get his 3-second
P17?
penalty revoked at the end of this
Okay,
race.
Danny, do
So
your
that
job.
black and white warning
Danny,
flag, just pay no
how
notice to it
wide?
for now.
How wide can you make
out
that
of the
Alpine?
pits comes Ishmael Fassi,
Mr. Bresny?
and he will get access
We
to
need
the
you to
medium
make.
tires.
Oh,
He's got his
3-second time penalty. Isma, I think that's going to be removed.
The title is still live.
Bro, what is
It
this plan, by the
Fassi
way?
versus Berezne,
Danny needs to
the
join
two
everything here.
contenders. So the Alpine driver fighting right now for
Okay,
his
Danny has the
teammate
slipstream.
against Ishmael Fassi,
Ishmael does not,
who
but
is
Ishmael
being
has the
fought
grip, though.
for at the end of this straight. Incredibly poised battle for Drivers' Championships and all of the repercussions for the Team Championships as well. And we spoke to this man earlier on, and he said
Oh.
you can expect chaos.
Do not
We've
leave the
got
inside
it.
open. Do not leave the inside
Ismael
open.
Fassi released into some traffic, but he's just making his way through with no bother at all. Signs of a champion, but will it become true as he makes his way past one
these
car
mediums,
after
man.
another? Berezne getting caught
These
up
goddamn
here. He
mediums.
would want to be in front of Fassi right now.
Around
to
the
try and
outside.
hold him up to the outside. Danny
Exciting.
Berezne, the Hungarian, makes
Okay,
his
oh,
way
Danny-
through.
Danny-
Great move
okay,
there
here's the thing.
From Berezne around
Danny
the
needs to stay
outside, a
close to
tricky one
Isma
to
as
pull
Isma
off,
cars
and
through the
it's
traffic
now
because
only a
Isma is going to
couple
make them
cars
burn
that
battery.
separate Berezne
And then
and
Danny
Fassi.
needs to
Nothing
take
separates
advantage
them now. So Berezne needs to push to
of
the
the
limits to try and
vulnerable
catch onto the
drivers
back
that
of
Isma's going to
Ismael
leave behind.
Fassi
Look,
as Fassi departs of another Williams. Pookie drops down
Danny
into
needs to get
13.
past Pookie
Fassi
here.
up into 12. It's just the Red Bull of Freddie Rasmussen in front. These two drivers are battling for position.
All right, it's an open end to the season.
Danny's not looking too quick right now, not gonna lie.
It is amazingly poised. Here's Freddie
Rasmussen.
Rasmussen.
Freddie, bro.
All over the
Freddie's feeling the pressure.
Freddie Rasmussen applying the pressure. And look at the McLaren.
Freddie head loss.
And the McLaren
Do not lose your head, Freddie.
It's Alfie Butcher versus Freddie Rasmussen with Fassi behind this. And there's not too much between Fassi and Otis Lawrence. There is Ishmael Fassi around the outside.
Rasmussen,
look
man.
at the traction he's got with those medium tires.
Rasmussen, what are you doing, bro?
Past one. He's going to fight past another.
God.
And now our top two in the World Championship. And 9th and 10th, line astern. One driver on fresh medium.
Oh, shit.
One
It's
on slightly
Otis
hard
and
tires.
Isma.
What a story this is going to be. Otis
Oh, this is going to be
Lawrence
spicy.
needs the laps of his life.
Ismail Fassi, an average finishing position of 6th on the road for this final event. You can scrap that fact because it's looking to be a triple header if Ismail Fassi can keep up this pace. Unbelievable here from Fassi as he's now unleashed onto
Those
the back
mediums
of
are
your
so quick, by the way.
leader, into the pits.
God, they're so
Gugliano
quick.
up here, and Joris grows in from the front
Rasmussen
end.
sends it again. He pushes Alfie off track.
Butcher as he battles on with the Red Bulls in behind as well. But Otis Lawrence surely
He's not saving battery right now.
to form on his forehead.
Well,
I don't know I don't know how long these mediums are going to be quicker, but they're going to be quicker for at least 3 to 4 laps.
He's going to be our net race leader. And the Ishmael Fassi penalty is going to be removed. The Barry Borman penalty is going to be removed. Kai's going to come back to the car box.
Good defensive maneuver.
When that late lunge
but
was
now,
attempted by Ishmael
Isma's
Fassi,
almost
who surely
alongside.
has the traction. They've all got DRS.
Defensive.
Will Otis Lawrence try?
Oh, this is spicy.
He will. Does he leave him enough racing room? Late on the brakes. Ishmael Fassi going through. He's getting close to the back of the Aston Martin. Still, Otis Lawrence won't give it up. But when it's a traction race, it's new rubber. And it's Ferrari versus Alpine.
Side by side.
With the largest
Holy
title
shit.
we have on the line.
Isma, don't lose your head.
As it stands, that could get different. It might change because the Ferrari is through on fresher rubber.
Ferrari's through though.
This all depends on how does
Oh,
Ismail
no.
Fassi execute this plan for the rest of the race. He needs to
Okay.
make his way past as
Otis
many
needs to
cars
keep
as
that
possible.
P5.
Butcher makes his way past Pookie. We're not
Otis
worried
needs
about
to keep that
battle
P5.
right
He
now,
wants to
as
win.
Ismail Fassi is now unleashed into the pack of cars in front, and Barry
Yo,
Borman
why is Freddie
just
down to
separated
P12, by the way?
Pedreño.
Look
If
at Freddie.
both the Ferraris work together
Freddie just
here
completely
to
lost his
push
head.
forwards in the pack, Otis Lawrence is still shy of the top 5. He needs a top 5 finish. This is what we were discussing before the race, and Otis Lawrence just out of the position he would have been hoping for. With those pit stops, that promotes him. Fassi's in 4th. Lawrence is in 5th. Let's have a replay of this battle. Into 6th, just clipping the rear wheel of Ruben Pedreño, actually helping with rotation there. It was sideways on exit as he tried to plant the accelerator, but with that fresher
He's
medium
up to
rubber,
P3 now.
it's the Spaniard
Damn,
in
those
front.
mediums are
Barry
so
Borman
quick.
in 2nd. Ishmael Fassi now in 3rd. Extraordinary state of play that we've got. Barry Borman to the lead, late on the brakes and trying to
Otis
get
Lawrence.
through. Otis Lawrence
Can he
knows
do it?
he needs to go with the Ferraris.
He's done it.
trying
He's
to
up to
get past the
P4.
Aston Martin man.
If he just keeps the
former Aston
P4,
Martin
he's
man.
gonna win
now
here.
with Alpine, as El Zelderim, who went for the undercut early doors, now finds himself
Ulas?
with the Ferraris getting closer.
Oh!
He nearly made contact. He goes around the outside of 1. Make that 2. What a strategy.
Holy shit, what a
teamwork.
team game.
The lead
Barry is
for
the
Ishmael
ultimate.
Fassi,
Bro, Barry
and
is
now
the
it's
ultimate
over to
teammate.
Otis
Holy
Lawrence to try and
shit.
stay where he is.
Is it once again park the bus for Barry Borman? We'll have to see as Ismail Fassi makes his way into the lead. Now does his teammate play the defensive game? No. Ismail Fassi pulls over and lets his teammate through and lets Ulash Ildrim through
Yeah, he
as
lets
well.
Ulas.
What's going
Yeah,
on
and-
here?
yeah,
Everything's thrown
because he
out the
touched
window.
him.
Was he worried
They
about
do
the
not.
way
Yeah,
that
they
he
do not
got
want to
past
risk a
El
penalty. That's
Zelderim?
why he let
didn't
him
want to
go.
risk a potential penalty later on. Has he given back the places to try and negate the threat of a penalty?
Let's have a look at the overtake once again. Eagle-eyed Alex, if he's managed to spot this one around the outside. I can understand
Almost
why he's
killed
done
him.
that. Fassi, to be fair to him, he's a good competitor, good sportsman as well in the background. Otis Lawrence is trying to get some moves done.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
Otis
Fassi's now
is going to
retaking the
overtake
place. So he gave
Lulas
it
here.
back. He came off the throttle.
The tire
He's given
advantage
the
is
place
too
back.
great.
He's going to get the race lead. His teammate can't win the title. He can. Did he give enough of the advantage?
Otis?
Back is crucial. Good call,
not yet.
sensible call on the radio from the Ferrari engineers, because then negated a penalty investigation that would have been hanging over his head for the way that he went by.
Can Ismail pull away here?
Around the outside, didn't have the room. Either way, gave the place back, retook, and now we've got Otis Lawrence
Holy
with
shit.
a buffer of
158 and 154. This is so close.
Fast customers behind him.
Oh
This
my
is
God.
Right on the brink. Does Otis Lawrence have the chance? Look at the melee. It is a melee right now. We have the Alpines outscoring the Red Bulls, but because of the park the bus tactics, the brilliant pass the bus tactics, I've got to say for Barry Borman, who, congratulations on your Christmas bonus, Barry, because you have been sensational in these final two races. Ismail Fassi leads a Ferrari.
Williams goes for the
1-2.
send.
Otis Lawrence
Isvan
looks
Pookie on Danny
likely to get
Bresty.
past Zilderrim. He looks like he's got pace at the moment, and he will need to.
Oh my God, this is chaotic.
Incredibly
Is that
close
Jarno
between
Alpine? Jarno
Alpine
Alpine
and
after
Ferrari
PA.
in this unbelievable climax to the season.
Beresnay, his job here,
67% battery?
Lawrence, is to cause as much chaos as possible, cause as many battles as you can, and keep the drivers from catching on to your teammate. As Otis Lawrence is looking,
Yo, he
left,
almost
looking
lost
right,
the car,
dancing,
by the
trying
way.
to find
He
a move
almost
on
lost it.
Yildirim. He wants to depart of this Racing Bulls if he can. He may be the youngest world champion if he manages to secure this, but this is no child's play in terms of this
Poulos
racing
is defending
ability.
really well.
Mature beyond his age, Beresnay is causing a fuss in behind as all the drivers are just squirming,
is that Jake
trying
Benham
to
on
find their
mediums?
way past the second Alpine, and Beresnay
Jake Benham
does
on
not
mediums.
budge.
Okay, it's Fassi, then Berman, then Zilderrim, and Otis Lawrence. Benham, Butcher, Otmir, Beresnay.
Holy
And
shit,
it
7
is
laps to
so
go.
close
Dude.
for Otis Lawrence, getting up to that P3 that he dearly
It's
treasures.
so stressful.
Because he will want to make the move.
Jake
the
Benham.
McLarens are rapid. When we get a moment, pretty chaotic gallery right now. When we get a moment, I'd love to see the tyre life on the left-hand side.
Fassi under
Ismail Fassi
investigation.
Under investigation.
Under
An
investigation.
extraordinary message with hardly any time of the season to go. He gave the place back trying to
Oh,
negate
Jake
any
up the
penalty.
P3.
Will race control still try it? Jake Benham! Jake Benham is getting very, very close. He's got up to third position. Otis Lawrence in
Holy
fourth.
shit,
Jarno
what is
Opner
this
in
race,
fifth. It's
by the
chaos.
way?
It's chaos at the end.
Jarno's
Fassi,
through as well.
Berman, Benham, Otis Lawrence, the top four.
6 more laps to go. Let's go back on board with our current championship leader. He looks behind, and that is a scary sight to see.
Jarno
Opner,
Opner.
the Dutch sensation, the flying Dutchman, who's trying to find his
Barry's
way
gonna drop
up
down the order.
as well. Much
Barry
fresher
boxed too
tyres,
early.
4-lap
Those
old
mediums?
Surely
Dude,
there's no stopping.
Jarno's on
a
4-lap
three-time
old
world
mediums,
champion
by the
with
way.
that advantage of making his way through. The other McLaren of Alfie Butcher is not having the easiest time. Let's get a replay here.
Yeah, what
of
even
the
happened
move
here, by
from
the way?
Jake Benham. Otis Lawrence just boxed in behind Yildirim, finds the outside line, finds the traction, gets the better acceleration, and with
What was that from Ulis?
pulling into the pit lane, ultimately
Ulis went into the
slows down
pits?
Otis Lawrence as well. That's what allowed the McLaren
What?
through, as all the drivers in the
Oh my God,
mid-pack
Danny.
are just all
Danny.
over the place.
Danny
squabbling for
Bresny.
position. This is a team's game,
Danny's
not an
looking a little
individual.
slow, but
Otis
he just needs to
Lawrence
score some
in
points.
fourth, but Jarno Opmer has much
Oh my God, the
fresher
constructors.
tyres, and Ferrari can't believe what they're
Wait,
looking
Ferrari
at.
for the
We've been talking
constructors?
about Alpine, we've been
What?
talking about Red Bull, but could it be Ferrari's day of days with back-to-back 1-2s to take the title? Well, it might change if Jake Benham, who we've been talking about the luck that he's had
Wait,
all
Danny
the way
re-
through, if Jake
Danny
Benham,
retired!
oh,
Danny
Danny
crashed!
Beresnay! Danny Beresnay into the wall and out of the race.
That completely switches up the team standings. You may have seen Alpine in second there, but
Yo,
not
what
for
am I
long.
watching?
Beresnay is out. That was a huge
What am I watching?
points hole that Alpine needed. Let's see what happens here. Tries to get the switch back on Hoffland. Banging wheels, nothing new there. Beresnay has had to deal with this the whole race. Crozin tried to sneak through on the inside into the final bend. It was a brave lunge, and it was too much for Danny
Oh,
Beresnay.
Danny,
Connected by
bro.
Williams, and it's heartbreak. Hand over the face, head in hands moment. Danny Beresnay is out.
Jake Benham has second place. Extraordinary McLaren charge.
Oh,
at
it's
the
Barry
end.
versus
Jake Benham
Otis
has
now?
had no luck at all this year.
Oh my
He's
God,
in a
it's gonna-
position to put on the
I
pressure.
don't know what's gonna
Otis
happen,
Lawrence
man.
is in the fourth place he needs to take the title.
Barry
We're
is
in the
third.
final stages. It's Ishmael Fassi ahead of Jake Benham. The dream of an
Freddie's
Alpine
down.
title.
Freddie is 14th though.
With that moment,
it's going to come down to Otis and Jarno for the drivers, for the constructors.
And here are the live standings. 4 points currently separating.
Otis needs to find a way to get past Barry. He needs to hold on to that P5.
Lawrence still negating the gap.
Benham could win the race. Didn't he win last year?
Now,
he won here last year, no? Or is that Alfie Butcher?
Over the circuit. Isfan Pookie is going to be your second retirement from the race as he pulls into the pit lane now. Does the Red Bull driver of Freddie Rasmussen maybe looking to take home that fastest lap, which is currently looking to go the way of
Thomas he changed his wing!
1 point is in it. Alpine
Sim what Racing is this race, man?
Scuderia Ferrari on 227, but could it be more than 1 point?
Here comes Jarno up here.
To the inside of 6.
God.
He'll get to the apex, force him wide over the curb of 7. Otis Lawrence has to bow out, and that is just going to be more damage to the Team Constructors Championship. Never mind the Drivers Championship.
What is going to happen here?
Now clear by 3 points, but Jarno Opmeer is not going to
clear
stop
by
there.
3
He's
points.
now going to attack the back of Barry Borman. Everything's kicking off here, Alex.
It's unbelievable after all the racing that we've had, after all the hours that the engineers and drivers have devoted
4 laps to go.
this.
4 laps to go.
It's all going to come down to the final laps.
When did Benham box, by the way?
Race. And Otis Lawrence
I'm not sure if Benham can. I don't think Benham can catch Fassi.
On by his fingernails with an advantage that stands at the moment of a 2-point lead in the standings. After all this time, he came in with a 17-point lead after the penalty was rescinded for Barry Borman.
Oh, Longe is on the mediums as well.
We've got Nicholas Longe could play a huge role in this championship. Otis Lawrence is on old hard tires.
God.
They are fresh mediums. Otis Lawrence needs the laps of his life because he's on the wrong tyre, in the wrong position. Can Otis Lawrence stay there, or are we about to see the greatest turnaround
is Otis gonna lose
in terms of points
we've
ever seen in sim racing?
Keep it together for 4 laps.
Has
Keep it
got
together,
the
bro.
right tyre on at the right time. He's got the race lead. Can Otis Lawrence stay where he is, or are we about to see an unbelievable finish? Longe now the key to the title.
Otis Lawrence, it's going to have to be 3 laps of white line driving. Nicholas Longe with the tyre offset. If he gets this move done on Otis Lawrence, that will level the points between Lawrence and Fassi.
Jarno around the outside.
Wins it on take back on race victories, with this being the 4th.
Damn, Barry's really smart with the defending.
Ismail Fassi is looking in prime position. If Nicholas Longe feels like the move is on, but it's just 3 laps, that's all it sounds like. 4 minutes, it doesn't sound like a lot, but that's all it takes for a championship to be flipped on its head.
What a moment this is for Otis Lawrence, who has seen his lead climb high and been whittled away, and as it stands at the moment, it is 2 points he leads by.
Ferrari has generally cooked in the last event, though.
Ishmael Fassi has been downright sensational. Ferrari have been sensational. And Jarno Opmeer's not done yet. Longe to the inside to change it all. And we are level. We are level on points. This is so important for Otis Lawrence. Ishmael Fassi, as it stands, is going to win the title on countback. And Otis Lawrence needs something major in the final 2 laps, which we begin at the end of this one. It's Otis Lawrence level with Ishmael Fassi, but when you look at the race wins, when you compare the race wins, it will read 3 for Lawrence and it will read 4 for Fassi if it finishes like this.
Don't forget, Alex, Ismail Fassi is still under investigation from the stewards, so pending that post-race decision, Ismail Fassi is currently your championship leader, but Jake Benham,
it's not over yet.
3.3 seconds. It's
Otis
not
needs
going
to overtake Barry here.
The 2 laps, Otis Lawrence is just praying for chaos in front.
Hold on, Barry Borman went aggressive. He went early. It's not done yet.
It's not done yet. He is right. It's not over yet.
Of Otis Lawrence. If Otis Lawrence, he's able to go
down the outside.
Barry Borman, he's back in position to win it
Barry!
all. Off the road.
Goddamn, Barry's so dirty, man.
And now they're going to turn number 1, and Otis Lawrence is back in position
to
win the title.
He's back. He's fucking back.
Sit-down commentator, Alex, but I have been on my feet, jumping around watching this racing. This is exhilarating action and the perfect end to what has been an outstanding season.
Come on.
Otis Lawrence leads by 2 points.
Come on, man. All eyes on you.
Does he have the pace to respond? Is there anything left?
Otis might play bad. What do you mean? There's nothing to play for anymore. Barry does not have the tires. Barry is fading. Barry is fading.
Is about to win the team's championship for Red Bull Racing, which
oh my God, Jarno actually cooked for the constructors though.
See coming. Ferrari have been unbelievable. Remember Otis Lawrence's message on the radio: if he goes early, he will ruin his race. Well, Barry Borman had the track
Jarno's
position.
cooking.
He played the team game for his teammate.
Okay, is Jarno going to overtake Benham? If Jarno overtakes Benham, Red Bull's going to win constructors.
The last lap. And the thing that is going to decide the title is, can Duncan Hoffland on his fresh tyres do anything to get past Otis Lawrence? And I need a check from race control to see whether that in-game penalty is going to stand.
Red Bull were leading by 2 points. Nicholas Longue has the faster medium tyres.
No, Duncan does not. He's not close enough. He doesn't have enough battery.
Is looking unbelievable. If he manages to make his way past Jarno Opmeer, if I'm not correct, that would mean that Red Bull are once again dethroned from the championship lead. Ismail Fassi.
If Nico overtakes Jarno,
he's going to take home the race victory, but it's not the race victory we're bothered about. Who's going to win the championship? Who's going to win constructors?
This is
Nico going to try anything on Jarno?
Even by the standards of sim racing.
Come on.
Oh my word.
What is going to happen here?
The graphic that will change everything. Otis Lawrence has been awarded a 1-second penalty for denying racing room, and that will drop him from the position that he needs. And on the last lap in Abu Dhabi, it will change again. Extraordinary. The time penalty given to Otis Lawrence to break his heart, to break Alpine's hearts, and to change the destiny of our largest trophy. It's an unbelievable season of brilliant driving all the way through, and it will be resolved with the greatest turnaround we have ever seen late on. Ismail Fassi will come over the line, but if that penalty is applied and it counts, it doesn't matter what happened on track, because Ismail Fassi is going to come over the line. Here he comes to win 3 races in a row, and he comes out of the final
3 wins in a row
to take the checkered flag. And then count the positions with me. Benham finds himself over the line. Then it's Opmeer. Then it's Longue. Then it's Lawrence. But if you add the time, it's not enough. The gap was 3.3 seconds. And it's an absolutely extraordinary end. What is the time gap? Duncan Hoffland across the line was 3.3 seconds, and they're celebrating. It's an absolutely unbelievable end to this one.
Is he champion?
Fassi, Jake Benham, Jarno Opmeer, Nicholas Longue, and Otis Lawrence finishes in 5th. According to our timing table, Duncan Hoffland was 3.3 seconds back. If you apply a 1-second penalty, Lawrence stays in 5th.
If Lawrence stays in 5th, Lawrence wins the championship. Otis Lawrence doesn't think he's won the championship. Ferrari think they've won the championship. I don't think anyone knows what's going on. We'll wait for confirmation.
This is like that year with Verstappen when he won and he wasn't sure if he won or not.
Drama. Gallery, tell me in my ear.
Surely that penalty is getting rescinded.
For Otis Lawrence, was it 1 second? Give me confirmation.
Yeah, but all the guys behind have penalties.
Ismail Fassi is praying. He's won on the road as it stands. But the final classification is up for debate. Otis Lawrence finds himself in 4th place. There was a 17-point lead. According to our information, Ismail Fassi took 15 points out of it.
But Otis Lawrence would take home 8 points if he finished in 6th, which is a difference of 17 points to 25. That would be the difference. If Otis Lawrence finishes in 6th or 5th, we're waiting to get confirmation. Otis Lawrence is waiting for confirmation.
On our timing tower, it says that Duncan Hoffland finished 3.3 seconds back. If you add a second to Otis Lawrence's race time, according...
Yeah, exactly. He does not finish behind.
They are debating it. I've never seen anything like this, ever. Otis Lawrence, according to our timing information, we need a classified result. There's the elbow out. Ishmael Fassi into the side of Otis Lawrence, denying racing room was given to Otis Lawrence. And we finished the season, Kai, and we don't know for certain until we see a final standings who the champion is. Ishmael Fassi has taken 15 points. He needs 17 points.
Okay, but he just drove into him, though.
Incorrect, Alex.
He just drove into him. No. He drove into him. Look.
From the back of Otis Lawrence. Let's watch on board here. Was it a brave maneuver? Was it a brave dive? Well, it's wheel to wheel even before the apex. You have to leave the racing room, unfortunately, for Otis Lawrence. But what I think's happened here with the finishing order, Duncan Hofland, did he have a 3-second in-game penalty? And
now, we don't care if it's wheel to wheel.
So if it will be removed, it is crucial.
If you're driving into me with a 50 kilometers per hour speed differential, that's not wheel to wheel.
Ishmael Fassi will wait to see the final classification. And Otis Lawrence is complaining. He's saying...
Exactly, right. Dale. That's what I'm saying. I don't care if you're wheel to wheel. This is like the Benjamin Daly wheel way of racing. I'm just gonna send it on you, use you as brakes. Oh, I was wheel to wheel. Give me room. It doesn't work that way. Think about it. In real life, would you send it that way? Have you seen any driver send it that way in real life? It usually ends in tears. Because if you touch the other guy's wheels, you're going flying. You're both going flying into the wall.
The stewards are going to decide the
Should I, Brim?
One driver is going to walk away very, very happy. One driver is going to be very deflated. Otis Lawrence shrugs the shoulders, smile on the face, no clue what's going on.
Who's won, by the way? Oh, that's Yona.
Well. Even if he doesn't win the championship, he did every single thing that he could have done. He's won every single race in the 4th event.
That penalty is getting removed. If Bari's penalty gets removed, this penalty is getting removed.
From Ishmael Fassi's point of
Come on, if Bari brake checking? Okay, let's see his POV.
Otis Lawrence. Let's see the incident from the Alpine. It was a move down the inside.
Oh.
But you have to say, Alex, when you watch it on
was that a little reactive?
Otis Lawrence, it does look like a very late dive from Ishmael Fassi. Lawrence, because of the racing line, was already committed to turning in, and Fassi just appears.
It looked like he turned in more when Ismail went for it.
You could argue there is no way he could have backed out of that in time. There's nothing that he could have done.
And so we stay in the balance as it stands. We stay in the balance with this investigation hanging over as we just review the moments.
This is not a traditional stages. It's not a traditional overtaking zone. You do not go for a move there.
Both of these drivers, it would be the biggest ever comeback that we've seen. So the in-game penalty for Duncan Hofland registered him 3 seconds back. We have to find out whether that counts, and we have to find out whether Fassi is penalized.
A lot of people with 3 seconds, but do they all count, or are they double warnings? You know?
As it stands, the 1 second penalty would drop him
lower.
No,
Ibrin.
And so
no, Ibrin.
It is Ishmael Fassi who
it's not Forza Horizon. You do not send it into the other guy's side pods and say I was wheel to wheel.
Penalized. It's party time.
This is this is the type of racing.
I've never seen a championship go to the stewards' room like this one. But we have
double standards are too high.
Room, and now a big call to be made.
You would never make you would not make the corner with that much speed.
Bring you the graphics, and we'll
with the way he was going, either he pushes Otis off track or he touches him the way he did.
17 points out of the lead of Otis Lawrence. And Fassi, with that, starting on the hard tyre in the final stages of the season. Unbelievable. Jake Benham was a fine second. Jarno Opmeer in third. Nicholas Longe.
Too aggressive of a dive bomb. Late and optimistic dive bomb.
Waiting to hear whether that's a penalty.
He would not have made. He wouldn't have made the corner.
Elect, but only elect because we need a final verdict from race control and the stewards.
I don't know if we've ever seen a closer finish to a championship in F1 sim racing. This was the incident
they're showing it again.
On board with Ishmael Fassi that Otis Lawrence was given that 1 second penalty from. When you watch on board with Fassi, it looks like a slam dunk penalty. You think, surely he hasn't given him the room over the apex. But if you watch on board here with Otis, Alex, he's already committed to turning into the corner. Fassi dives down the inside, and that's the argument that Otis Lawrence will make. That's the argument that Alpine are going to make. that there's nothing that Lawrence could have done. He couldn't back out that late from the move because of the nature of that double left-hander. You're turning 100% of the time. There's no point you open the steering wheel.
Kai type of move in CS. Who is this guy?
Well, he was trying to pass in unusual places to make that tire compound advantage work. When you try it in unusual places, it can sometimes cost you. We saw contact in Abu Dhabi last year, in Qatar when we raced there last year between championship contenders, and we saw 1 second penalties dished out for stuff that's similar. Now, not with these high stakes. If
this is the only type of move that is allowed.
It will allow OTIS Lawrence
with reduced damage rate. Like if this was Sid damage, none of them would be rubbing each other like that. You cannot, in real life, you would never be able to race like this.
And the stewards, they have a hard job to do because it is either going to be our youngest ever champ or the man who finished
This is crazy, by the way. This is crazy.
Upgrades his trophy to the largest one, and still we wait.
I don't think Ismail's going to get a pen.
What the outcome will be, and
the pen is going to be, it's going to be a racing incident. It's not going to be a pen.
I don't think I've ever seen a decision of 3 penalties decide a championship. You've got the penalty that's under debate for Ismail Fassi.
The argument could be made. He was on the mediums, while Otis was on old hards. Yes, you have more grip, but you are not entitled to send it down the inside of everybody and for them to give you move. That is on you. That is like a 40-60 move. If the other guy doesn't realize you're there, you're dead. You cannot send it like that.
The verdict as we take a breather and can finally relax from what was one of the craziest races.
I'm sitting down. I've never seen anything like this.
I'll join you.
I usually commentate on my feet. You usually sit down.
It's a racing incident because the positions didn't change. Yes, they touched, but there was no damage, and the positions didn't really change. It didn't really affect Isma's race. It didn't affect Otis's race. It's going to be a racing incident.
So much commitment to get things right in the game, and it all comes down to the stewards. The stewards have
just give Jarno the title. Yes. How many points is he behind? Jarno actually won constructors. Jarno actually won constructors for Red Bull. That's a crazy comeback, by the way. P14 to P3. Solid. I think Red Bull, as it stands, Red Bull is constructors champion.
It's a tough decision to make as a steward, isn't it? But do not worry, it is completely in the right hands.
Danny, oh my God, Danny.
On the
Danny, bro.
Racing grid, we actually have British and European karting stewards that I've actually been on the receiving end of a few penalties from one of the stewards. So, you know, no bad blood, no hard feelings, but we'll wait and see what happens here. Danny Beresnay in complete deflation.
we need a new emoji.
Founding himself
Holy
out
shit,
of
Danny.
the race because of that incident at the final corner, crashing out. He was not able to help his teammate. This was the moment
Danny lost his head.
Beresnay go out. It was a very, very late and brave lunge down the inside, just collected by Istvan Pukki. That front right wheel not wanting to stay connected, and you can't drive with 3 wheels, and you can't drive.
You can't drive with 3 wheels.
Is what means
yes, thank
it's
you.
going to be the Team Constructors Championship. Now, what does this all mean for the Team Constructors Championship as well? We don't know.
If you no longer go for a cap that exists, you're no longer a racing driver.
Ismail Fassi said to
yep.
me, I think it's going to be
yeah, you said that, right?
Talk about getting a correct prediction.
Come on, stewards. Give us a verdict. Yo, this is worse than hockey stewards, man. The hockey refs.
At this title that seemed, in all
honesty, hockey refs are way worse. They make shit calls all the time.
Otis Lawrence waiting to find out.
But oh my God, all this pussyfooting around. Give us a result already.
Sim Racing Championship, or whether Ismail Fassi is given a 1-second penalty, maybe more. I don't think it would be more.
Yeah, safety cars disabled. Do you guys remember last year when somebody disconnected from the session, so he brought out a manual virtual safety car? Do you guys remember that feature? I think it was Austria. One of the drivers disconnected from the line event, and then it brought out a VSC, and then it completely shafted Jarno's race. 23? Yeah, then Jarno got a penalty because he spoke out about it.
Perspective, every single driver involved in their own race, and there was so much battling going on that everyone had their own
Come on,
ideas.
come on, come on.
Ishmael Fassi, although
What's going on,
walks
man?
away on top as your driver that won the
Duncan
Grand Prix,
Hoffman.
but did he win the championship? The question that everyone's waiting on. Otis Lawrence, you can see nervously bobbing around
Solvers,
the room, dancing from driver
trick
to
shot.
driver,
You okay? You having a stroke over there?
Trying to calm his nerves.
Is your
Well,
goal to be
Otis,
here?
there's
Nah,
nothing you can do
I'm
about
too
it
old.
now. The damage and the action.
Too old and not enough talent, unfortunately.
Your fate now lies
I can yap
in the
about
hands of the
esports all day
stewards.
long, though.
It all comes down to this. An in-game
That Aston shirt looks really good. Give me one of those, please.
Issued mid-race.
Give me
for
one of
Otis
those.
Lawrence, the 1 second
Please.
time penalty. So
Per
he got passed
favore.
by Longue. He kept Hoffman behind, but the 1 second breaks the hearts. That's the way it works. He got the
camicia,
move on
per
Barry Borman,
favore.
who eventually finished in 11th. Okay, here we go. Let's go.
What is
again.
this? Alfie
this
and
the
Isma.
moment that decides the title? Fassi, Lawrence, the clash. The moment is that the moment that we see.
Okay, so we got
penalties
Alfie's
apply.
POV now.
See, if you take my opinion as a racing driver, knowing this circuit, although Otis Lawrence does turn very early into the apex there, which forces Fassi over the apex. If you ask us someone that's raced this track many times on multiple different simulators, that move's never going to be on. You never try
That move was never
You
going to be
know
on.
It's just not going to work off. in
Listen
your
to the
favor.
commentator.
But Ishmael Fassi, out of desperation, needed
Listen to the
try
commentator.
everything he could to make his way past Otis Lawrence, and Otis Lawrence, rightfully so, needed
That
to do
move is never
everything
on.
he could
You do
to
not
keep
go for
Ishmael
that
Fassi
type of
behind
dive
him.
bomb in that
So,
corner.
who do
Because
you go in
the
favour
corner is
of?
off camber. You already have not a lot of grip.
day to be a
If
commentator,
anything
Norris.
goes wrong, you're both dead.
We can make as many judgments as we want.
Yeah, I think it's super close. I really do.
Trick in front.
Super close.
I don't think Fabio
we wanna
is
be making
with
that
the team
decision, in
anymore.
all
He was
honesty.
with Ferrari, but I think he left Ferrari.
We don't have a result, but we do have an interview with the man who won the race. Nicola is
Should have
talking
backed
to
off.
Ishmael Fassi.
Yeah, exactly. Show
I
more
can tell you
respect
right
on
now,
track.
The atmosphere within this room is very tense, very
A little
heated,
tense
but
right now.
First of all, I want to say well done for winning the race, Ishmael.
Yes, thank you. But at the moment, it's not my concern. That's not what I'm thinking about. I'm just waiting for
Hello,
the
Apex.
official
Yeah, this was
results.
the last race.
In general, I think it was a good race. I made
It was
my
a good
moves.
race.
I had to. It were critical moves because my mediums were gonna die at the end of the race. I really don't know what else to say because I just had to overtake. That's the only thing I had to do.
What were your initial thoughts after that collision with Ulash? What was kind of going through your head there?
I firstly, literally in the same corner, said, I believe I did not turn in. Maybe it was his line, the line just going from the inside to the outside. And immediately asked, do I have to give it back? They said yes, I gave it back. And then on the main straight, he just didn't defend. He just didn't use any ERS. So I'm like, oh, thank you for giving back the position.
We just
as
hit
it stands,
15K
as we're
subscribers
stood
on
here right
YouTube.
now, I mean, where we spoke to you yesterday, you have won 3 races in a row. Could you believe that we would be stood in this spot right now, awaiting a possible world championship being handed to you?
Look at that.
Absolutely not. I think no one would have expected this. No one would have thought of this.
You see it?
I just gave my best, as always.
Fuck.
But on this event, I showed
15?
what I had since the beginning of the season. It's just the first few events I couldn't really manage to put it together in Q3.
Champagne!
And after that, I qualified P4, now P3, and now P2. And it made my life way easier.
And you've got to talk to me about the Ferrari teamwork that's been going on behind the scenes.
Sub goals? Yo.
Brazil was
30,000? Let's make it happen, boys.
Today,
30,000.
basically just me
Hey,
pushing.
thank you guys. Appreciate it. Appreciate
Barry had
it.
to manage his tires.
Okay,
Couldn't
while
keep
the
up
stewards
the
figure this
eight,
out.
That's really early.
Okay.
That's why he just ended up
I gotta say,
P7. I don't
tune
know when he
in
finished.
on June 3rd when the game comes out.
Today was just
We're gonna have
more
a special
about
live stream.
focusing on my race and just giving my best.
We're gonna do some racing.
I mean, the race, in
all
terms
right?
of a dramatic finish, I mean,
Formula
we
Kai
can't
Racing
really ask
League
for
will
much
also
more
be
than
back
this, can we?
season
I mean,
2.
as a viewer, I
We'll
can
the
guarantee you,
sign-ups for
those
season
watching
2
at
will
home
start
have
as
got their
early
popcorn and enjoying every second.
as
However,
June 3rd.
completely different feelings for you
All right,
right now.
gonna have 2 weeks to sign up, and I'm gonna race on June 17th. Around that day, I will confirm the day
in the end,
of the
if I don't
racing.
end up winning,
It's
if
gonna
I end
feature
up winning,
multiple tiers this
I think it
time.
will be the
All right.
same feeling
So if you're not
because
in the
I did
Discord,
the best I
make sure you
could.
join the
I won
Discord.
3 races in a
Okay.
row, which
Everything's
is
gonna be there. Stay up
really,
to date.
a great
Sign-ups
achievement,
are gonna
let's
do the
say.
Discord
So
as well.
I'm
Okay.
happy
Former Kai Racing League. And don't forget the live stream on June 3rd when the game comes out.
I mean, we'll soon find out because we're all waiting on this together. So Ishmael, go and relax back with your team. Kai and Alex, I'm going to throw back to you. You must be very nice and calm in your commentary box because here it's chaos.
League is a scam, don't join.
Thank you very much.
Man, shut the hell up.
Ishmael Fassi, who's done a brilliant job. And we will find
DLC is worth buying. So I've been playing it more and more. Yesterday I played for 6 hours straight. My girlfriend was not happy with that, but I played for 6 hours straight. And not gonna lie, the ER system
with the greatest moment.
It's starting to grow on me. Like
we are waiting to find out
Lico,
who gets penalized.
I think Lico can be optimized, but it's just that it's gonna fundamentally change the way you race. Like the way you race the past 10 years, if you've been playing F1 games for the past 10 years,
absolutely no.
It's going to change a lot. Like you will not drive the same way again. If you look at this year's game versus F1 21, it's going to be completely different. It's starting to grow a little bit on me, and the car is. I like a twitchy car, so the car being like that, it is a little bit sluggish on turn-in, but it is a bit more tricky under traction. So that's more interesting.
Silverstone and Suzuka.
Overall, if it's just 25 bucks. Like if you don't mind spending 25 bucks, get it. Okay, that's my advice.
For any of the drivers, 5.2 is where Otis Lawrence.
Can you stream on the DLC tomorrow? No, I have to wait until
the grid.
The 3rd. The embargo is on the 3rd.
Championship last year to competing up at the front end. Otis Lawrence, although it may not be a championship victory depending on the steward's decision, it's been a season to remember.
Okay, this was the moment that it looked to have slipped away. Fresh medium tyres for Nicholas Longate.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to go under fuel.
Finding himself
so I raced
out of position. He needed
I raced at Austria,
and around the outside he went. Barry Burman.
How is Barry not getting a penalty for this? How is Barry not getting a penalty, by the way?
Into the first turn, and Otis Lawrence then back in position.
So yes, you need to underfuel. So instead of calculating how much fuel you need to bring this year, you need to calculate how much fuel you need to underfuel by. So how many laps to take out. It's really weird. It's really weird, but that's how it works now. One thing also, tire wear is a lot lower. Because of Lico, and I think maybe the tire compounds, they modified it a little bit. So I think 2 stops, I need to test it. But I don't think 2 stops are the way to go on many tracks anymore. I mean, even then, with the tire saving, 1 stop was already the main strat on a lot of tracks. But I think 2 stop is going to be even less viable now. Just to give you an idea, I did soft hard at Bahrain, and I had no trouble with the tire wear. I was not saving at all. I was just chilling. I was chilling.
They're talking down there.
What's the nicest onboard?
Let's hear from Otis Lawrence in conversation with Nicola.
Ferrari onboard looks pretty good.
Right. Otis.
I think Audi.
Talk to me. How on earth are you feeling right now?
No.
Well, I'm
Audi looks kind of good.
Provisionally,
soft hard at Bahrain sucks, but it should give you an idea that it works now,
at the moment.
Right? In F1 25, if you try to do soft hard, your softs would die after like 3 laps. Okay?
As things stands, I win the championship.
You had to do medium hard, and you had to tire save the entire time.
What's happening?
Now you can do hard soft, no problem.
Massive GGs to Isma. You know, he's done
such an amazing
job in this event.
How's the Mad Ring? We do not have Mad Ring right now.
And stuff like
I will
that.
have it starting tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with the results. Fingers crossed I win it. Provisionally, I should win it. And yeah, well, I don't know. We'll see what happens, isn't it?
I mean, the race as a viewer, I found very
They're still fucking waiting, man.
Obviously slightly different for you because it was a bit more stressful. But just talk me through lap 1.
4 a.m.
Because there was a moment there.
Where are you, bud? Number, where are you at?
Yeah, it was a good battle, to be honest. You defended really well in the first lap. And then
Eastern Europe or what? 4 a.m.
Long. It's really hard to fight people who drive.
Is tire wear high?
Off the pace every
Not
lap.
in my experience. Tire wear is lower than last year, but I think it's just because of the lift and coast.
I deserved it this year.
Lico means you bring a lot less energy into the.
Goes well with the stewards, and I know.
Lico means you bring a lot less energy into the corner, so it does not ask as much from the tires as you would if you were pushing flat out. But even last year, we weren't pushing flat out,
right
and the tire was super high. Like this year, I wasn't even trying to tire save,
standing next to you.
and I could easily do easy strats. Like, for example, Austria is a one-stop. You can do easy, hard, medium.
To be honest, it's a very busy job. Obviously, I don't want to be a steward right now. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
Eastern Europe is Taiwan.
I'm just as
Yo!
Okay, so I'm going to chill out while we.
Bro's motivated.
So I'm going to hand that to Tom.
Hope you don't got a big day tomorrow.
Thank you so much, Nicola. Not an easy job chatting to drivers who don't know at this stage if they have won the championship. It is potty. It is
Benjamin
bonkers.
is getting late for him too.
I absolutely love it. And another part of me is
if you don't speak, I'm going to fall asleep easily.
How are you doing Brendan?
I'm not so good, to be honest, because like
let me gently rock you to sleep with my
kind of understand what they're feeling, what they're
with
going
my
through
smooth
at the moment,
voice.
and that's one of the worst feelings in the world, where you almost prefer to know if you're winning or you're not, to be honest.
Yeah, they're on tenterhooks. It's in this limbo at the moment. However, brilliant race from Ismail Fassi.
They have not made the decision yet.
Clinging on for as long as possible. My understanding is waiting on Duncan Hofland at the moment at this stage to understand whether that
Trick shot, you're such a flirt.
If it doesn't stay, then he'll overtake Otis.
Such a sweet talker.
Fassi's maiden
championship. No, they have not made
penalty stage. Otis
they have not come to a decision yet.
Champion, the 6th ever different champion in F1 sim racing. But it is absolutely remarkable. It just goes to show how close a season this has been when it comes down to the wire like this.
And it can twist and turn at any moment. We came in, Otis was 27 points in the lead, and it was going like one lap, Otis is going to win it. One lap, Fassi's going to win it. And even in the Constructors' Championship, it was literally moving. At one point, Ferrari were going to win it, and then Red Bull were going to win it. At one point, even I could win it. You know what I mean?
You know who I felt for? I feel for the drivers right now, but the people here at Formula One Media and Technology Centre making the graphics that had to constantly change the permutation. A Red Bull winning the team championship, a Ferrari, Alpine.
Yeah, it's true. That's a good point. It was true. When doing the race, it was crazy. It was like, Red Bull, Ferrari,
10 feet forward during that race. I was, yeah, the most nervous I've ever been in a race.
Aston Martin? Wait, those guys are way at the bottom. Sorry.
Remarkable stuff, but we still don't even know the outcome of this. Can we just have a look at these incidents one more time from a Brendan Lee, two-time world champion perspective, please?
So this is the first one. Well, let's say the
what
first
position is Aston in, by the way?
Battling with Bari and, of course, Ismail Fassi. Fassi tries to go around the outside of Ulas. Ulas is on his old hard. Bari is doing the same strategy that he did in Brazil, trying to back up the pack. Fassi sweeps around the outside and makes contact with Ulas. We don't have it on the clip, but Fassi did give back the position to Ulas later that lap. Whether that's enough to overturn the negative to Ulas's race, we have to see if that's
my God.
But yeah, that's the first one.
I'm blind.
Very much
I'm deaf.
Array
I
want to
be a ref. I'm blind.
Over my
I'm
shoulder.
deaf.
I'm going to give it
I want to be a ref.
Here because while we wait for the
if he's P5, he wins, right? If he's P6, he doesn't win because of countback.
Brendan's like,
right?
We'll clip
Correct?
that bit up. We'll clip that bit up. And then
is that right?
For a while there, no more clips. And then towards the end of the race, you were like, clip, please, clip this up. So let's take us through the next one. Next incident, perhaps, Brendan.
We're going to start.
Okay, let me go get some more coffee. I'll be right back, guys.
One you've already seen a million times with Fassi
Yappuccino.
So this is Nicholas Longuet going up the inside of Otis Lawrence. What he's going to do is fake to the outside, move to the inside at the last second possible. We call that a dummy in the racing, and just about judging it to perfection, avoiding the back of Otis' car, claiming the apex, claiming the space, and already that move was twisting the fate and the overall outcome of the championship. How close is all that? Another one that is, to be honest, quite important. We see, well, actually that's Fassi coming out side by side with Daniel Beresnay on his pit lane exit, and then getting the move done on the traction zone as well. Lap 17 of the race. Any thoughts so far?
No, I mean, my mind is a blur at the moment, but just the passion of watching those drivers throughout the whole season, it just builds, it never ends. At one point I asked you earlier on, I said, hey, what are we going to do in the off-season? And you pointed towards getting involved in the Ferrari competition. And then I was like, hang on a minute, it hasn't even finished yet. But yeah, those are my thoughts so far, Brendan.
Yeah, off-season, to be honest, I reckon, well, when I was a driver anyway, you sort of took a few days off to recuperate mentally, then you understood where the next opportunities are, whether that's in your current contract with your current team, a different team, or maybe even if you're looking to get inspired to be joining F1 Sim Racing or an F1 Sim Racing team as well. So like we talked about, that Ferrari series is available if you do want to join up, get involved, and hey, you might even have the displeasure of using my company for a little while.
I love it. When you be yourself, it's fantastic. Okay, those are my thoughts at the moment. Next clip, come on.
So we have on this one, Freddie.
Have they made a decision yet?
And we have Alfie Butcher. I haven't actually seen this one, so that's going to be a surprise to me. And diving up the inside very aggressively. And to be honest, that is Otis Lawrence as well, who was fighting for the championship. So that could have gone horribly wrong. And if we just take a little look back at that, and we're going to see, well, to be honest, if you was asking me to do that again, that's probably going to end up in a shunt and cars going sideways. Funny enough, I actually ended up sideways there in 2017, crashing with Sven Zerner, so I would have known the feeling. Fortunately for them, they was able to avoid it and get away relatively unscathed in that situation. The relatively is the heart rate through the roof. Now going on to Ulas, actually, we've already talked about that clip. We've talked about that clip, haven't we? Perfect. Just want to double check myself. This is going to be the clip with Otis and Fassi that we've seen a million times. I was so excited, I asked for it twice. And talking about Fassi, really the man on the move in this situation. Here, he was able to go around the outside of two cars in a fantastic move, staying to the right-hand side of the curbing, opening up the space. Alfie was battling with Frederick. Frederick distracted. Alfie distracted, and look at this, using the fresh grip of these medium compound tires and able to squirt the throttle, get a bit of traction.
But I have to say though,
up the inside we go. Really,
Ismail is really good on the overcut. Like he was crazy good on those new mediums. That was crazy.
Of a champion.
Like legit grip hacks.
For their life, and one was attacking for their life.
Yeah, I mean, when it started, Ismail Fassi was in P2. Barry Borman was down in P4, and they had Otis Lawrence alongside in P3. And at that point, you're thinking to yourself, well, the plan was working perfectly for Ismail Fassi and Barry Borman. Barry Borman got the overtake and then just held things back, which we saw in Brazil. That penalty got rescinded. How important?
What are we waiting for?
They got rescinded. But at that point, it was working perfectly, the plan. What happened to Barry during the race? Because he dropped off a little bit, and that obviously affected the team's championship.
So Barry went for that really aggressive
I put some cream in my coffee.
Those hard compound tyres really early. What gave him that short-term benefit of getting that track position, but ultimately on those compounded tyres, they just wore away, and he didn't have the grip, pace, and performance to keep up any longer, and was falling back through the field. It's like a snowball effect. Once you start losing one position, everyone else is hungry, and they really just send it in at that moment, and Barry became on the negative end of that situation.
Just send it, bro.
Credit to Barry, by the way, because he was able to come back in and help his teammate and really do a good job. Something I don't want to rub salt in the wound, or I don't want to be negative, because I feel really bad
Gym
for
schedule?
Bresnay, because, well, it's his
I gym 3 days a week.
Crashed out on his birthday.
And then I run twice a week.
Lunge, wasn't it, really?
Yes, a very late lunge, and we'll get onto that in just a second. In fact, we would need Daniel Bresnay to be the height to reach it all the way up at the top.
Cardio twice a week?
Yeah, I just feel bad for him, because it's easy to get overwhelmed in the championship battle. You see your teammate is fighting it out. Remember, you're side by side with your teammate, and for sure, you would have spent some time learning about Otis's race. And really,
it's really good cardio.
Sent it, to be honest, and the postman was not home in this situation.
But in that moment, so he's sent it. Was there kind of a moment of thinking about the team championship? Like, I need to move up the order here.
I think for sure, because at the moment he's P9, Duncan is just overtaken, and Joris is behind him on the medium compound tyres. So realistically, he's going to fall to P10.
Yeah, run people over.
Time anyway. So it was basically like, do or die, effectively, up the inside, into the side.
Oh my God, Danny, bro.
Nicholas Longue. Then, ironically, it was Longue's teammate, Istvan Pukki, who took the rest of his car off, and that's a sideways Pirelli tyre. I advised him to be the other way around.
It's got to be facing forward, really. And then, fascinatingly enough, Nico Longue goes on to get the overtake over Otis Lawrence up on the inside, which you just pointed out. He had the apex, and he used it to his advantage to turn into that and get the lead on Otis Lawrence.
I don't know why they boxed Danny so late. If you're going to go that long,
as a driver,
just go hard medium, no?
Season done. How has it ended like this? Ismail Fassi said it was going to be chaos.
Oh,
Definitely
PPL, push-pull leg.
For sure. I mean, they could have all just tasted it like a Sunday drive and got an ice cream.
What is that?
But at the end of the day, these are paid professionals.
No, not PPL.
World championship status and glory within that as well.
Push-pull legs is really good if you're new to the gym and you're like not familiar with the exercises. Programming is going to help you
they're going to try and negotiate
make a lot of gains.
They had a good final race.
Really
if they have a bad
nicely,
final race, the team's
really
gonna try and
quickly,
dock them down
especially
a bit on that.
if you're a beginner to the gym, okay? Newbie gains plus the programming means you're going to progress really quick. But over time, as you get better, you realize some exercises, maybe that works for Chris Bum. Maybe that works for him, but for you,
it comes down to
you don't really feel the contraction. You don't feel the exercise as much. It doesn't yield.
That's fair to say.
A lot of results.
They're both worthy winners. I think it's quite interesting how they went about the season.
So you start making your own programming with the exercises that you respond the best to, right?
And
like I don't care if some influencer's program has skull crushers. If I'm not, if my body does not respond well to skull crushers, I'd rather do some cable push downs or whatever that I know that my body's going to respond well to, you know?
Adjudication, here it is. Unbelievable. There you go. Otis Lawrence, your champion for 2026. This is phenomenal.
Otis is champion!
They've all had a worthy winner. However, Ismail Fassi,
it's a little melancholic for Isma.
Possibly could there.
He did everything right.
Points to
what did I say? Huh? What did I say? World champion Otis Lawrence
and Suzuka. He said he thought he deserved it.
I said it last year at Saudi Arabia. I said Otis was going to be
finishing second again in the championship.
I said last year Otis was going to be a world champion.
There's no way that Ismail
don't sleep on him.
Chance. But that is how close this series is. And I wouldn't be surprised if Otis Lawrence headed over to Ismail Fassi very soon to give him a hug. But what does it mean? He becomes the 6th different champion in F1 sim racing, Brendan.
I think it's written all over his face, right? And Otis often gives us really grand responses. And when he's celebrating,
just like Sebastian Vettel.
But I think it's going to mean the world to him.
My man has learned well. My man has learned well.
And now he's a Formula 1 sim racing
We need the verdict.
champion.
We need the verdict.
See him by his team's rig, by his team's sponsors, Alpine Sim Racing as well, and his team huddled
Show me the
around
verdict.
him. To be honest, and now we can see.
Yeah, I knew it was going to happen because they just speak so highly of one
Surely
another.
somebody has it somewhere,
Coming
right?
down to the wire. It's definitely a championship ending race that we will talk about for months to come. Probably by the time we start next season for 2027, we'll still be talking about this moment. But I tell you one thing, I tell you what, F1 sim racing, it is in a very strong position right now. You can't do any more than that. Ismail Fassi.
Does anybody have anything?
And there's hugs all around for everyone. Former team member at Williams.
Does anybody have the verdict?
Across the Ferrari, gave everything. Definitely a worthy champion in my opinion. But it's Otis Lawrence who's going to be lifting the trophy very shortly. Wow, take a breath. This has been absolutely epic. Ruben Pedreño heading in now to have a quick chat, but no doubt in Spanish as well with Alex of Williams and Ruben Pedreño, formerly of Williams.
Kamara, the F2 driver?
And I would like to know.
Benjamin, come
Alex
on.
Jakes called
it's too safe of a bet.
Race.
Who wants to go for the safe bet? Take a little bit of risk. Come on, man.
Alex Jakes, what did you
go for an obscure name? Somebody we've never seen on the top spot of the podium yet.
Genuinely
say somebody else.
Moment. But this is it.
Don't be a little pussy.
The moment arrived for Otis Lawrence. He had to wait after this, but he crossed the line to become the sim racing
he looks so stressed. I think Otis aged like 5 years in the time he waited for the steward's verdict.
He still didn't know. 10 minutes.
Formula Kai will be champion. Hey, I like that. Somebody bought that guy.
Read Otis Lawrence, champion.
The Welsh Dragon roars for the first time
Wait,
in
what about
F1
constructors?
sim racing as
Is
Otis
Alpine
Lawrence,
champion?
your youngest ever
Who's
F1
champion? Is
sim
it Red
racing
Bull or-
champion is finally crowned. If you wanted to keep it on tender hooks any longer, I think he might have exploded with nervousness.
Red Bull?
Otis Lawrence can finally celebrate with the team
Solid.
as he takes home
Jarno
the
absolutely
Drivers'
cooked.
Championship.
Congratulations
did really good.
to Otis Lawrence and Ishmael Fassi for a season finale to remember. The good grace in which
Okay,
he
that's
took
good,
the
that's good.
result.
At least
Credit
Isma went to
him,
congratulate
his
him. I know
team,
there's
and
bad
his
blood
family.
between Isma and Otis, but
Lawrence is the champion in the most extraordinary finish you will ever
Rasmussen really
see. His
really bottled a little bit this year, not gonna
enough
lie.
In the end, to
He
take
had
the
a few
title
moments.
by 2 points. That's the driver's title.
Ismail Fassi,
We
the
need
people's
an
champion.
answer for the team's
True.
title as well. It hangs in the balance. We will
Fantastic.
bring you the result in a few moments' time. We'll crown
Bliet.
Red Bull the champions of the world once
Blitzky
again
Bliet.
for the 4th year in
Bliet.
a row.
Welcome,
Alpine
welcome.
Sensational to get close, but they couldn't take Red Bull's title away, and the prize cup is heading to Red
Hey,
Bull.
welcome, guys.
Otis
Welcome,
Lawrence
welcome.
has won the driver's title. Red Bull have won the team's title, and that is the most extraordinary end to a season you will see in F1 sim racing.
It's hard to dethrone two drivers with a combined career total of over 2,000 points. Jarno up there
Yes,
with a
Bliet. Welcome,
barnstormer of a
welcome,
drive
Bliet.
through the field, finishing third on
Oh
the road.
my God.
That was enough to get Red Bull the
Any news on a
constructors'
champion? It's
title.
Otis Lawrence.
Danny Beresnay with his DNF.
Otis
just
Lawrence?
unfortunately not
Well
being able to score
champion.
any points for Alpine. That could have been the deciding factor. That could have won the championship.
Hello,
for
guys.
Alpine,
Welcome. How was the
but they
stream?
can't be
Fantastic.
too upset as they still have one
I
trophy
appreciate the follow,
heading
guys.
home.
Thank you, thank you.
It's been an
I
incredible
didn't say thank you in
season.
Russian.
It's been an incredible championship. Red Bull retain their crown, and Otis Lawrence is the world champion for
Spasiba!
F1 sim.
Spasiba!
All of
Hey,
his promise
spasiba,
delivered
Bliet.
in the end, but it took a long time.
We teach you last
to get
time?
the verdict.
Brother.
And there's
Sorry,
an
man.
entire
I have a
room
short-term
just
memory.
where a couple of minutes from where we're talking
Spasiba.
to you from, of friends, family, team members.
Ah,
They were
spasiba, comrade.
uncertain
Yes,
as
yes,
who
yes, yes.
had won it, and in the end, the
Guys,
name
next time you
atop
raid, I'm
the
gonna have some
stands
vodka ready, okay?
the finest of margins. 2 points sees Otis Lawrence the moment.
Now we're getting
that
racist.
gets the job done. Kai, we're now looking at Jarno Opmeer on a chart. He started in 13th, and these are some of the moves that retained Red Bull their crown.
These
How
were
was the
the
stream,
moves that
man?
were the moment that were necessary.
We come here with
for
some
Red
vodka
Bull
too.
to
Hey,
take
let's
home
go,
the
let's go.
Constructors'
All right, next time I'll be dressed in the
Jarno
Adidas
Opmeer, an
tracksuit.
unstoppable
We'll be
force
squatting
waving
we'll be
through
squatting
the
next to a
field
fire. We're
like
gonna drink some
tsunami
vodka, okay?
taking
Sounds like a good
over.
time.
Jarno Opmeer, the flying
Spasiba.
Dutchman. Nobody could stop
Holy
the
shit, it's
horns
just
of the Red Bull
just
as
full
he
on
made
Russian
his way
now.
through the field.
What the
That
hell
was
is going on?
final move
Yo,
that
Strix,
got it
translate
done.
this, please.
Making his way past Barry Borrament.
Hey,
Jarno
thank you,
Opmeer
guys. Thank you, thank you.
secured the
Appreciate
final
it.
step on the podium, but
Guys, make sure you
secures
check out
the
Fantastic.
$750,000 prize pool for Red Bull Racing.
Well, what a
Red Bull
handsome
will be pleased to
man.
have delivered, but an incredible outcome here, and one that we could
Lovely.
have gone either way. We
Absolutely
didn't know what
lovely.
was going to happen across the line. A reminder for you.
This
and
is
it's
our
been a
chat.
while. Half an hour
Our
ago,
chat, comrade.
Ishmael Fassi
Our chat.
crossed the line at
This is
that
our
moment
chat
he
now.
believed to win his maiden title. Gave a
Master of
great
bottle
interview
job? Yes.
with Nicola, where he
I'm
said,
the
"No
bottle
matter
job.
what happens,
I am a bottle
it
job
wasn't
as well."
meant to be his title. He comes across the line. He believes he's done it.
Blinsky.
Investigation
Hey.
for multiple penalties, multiple
Spasiba,
drives,
Blinsky,
investigated,
Bliat.
and in the end, the decision that
Yo, I
Otis
felt like a
Lawrence
yo, I
finds
felt like a
himself
Russian right
in
there.
5th position.
I felt
and
like
the
a
champion, and that is an
like a Russia
incredible
born,
run
like
we
really,
have seen.
you know.
An amazing
Blinsky.
outcome to a
This is now a Russian
festival
stream.
of motor racing that's taken place across 4 events. and
Привет,
now
hello.
Everyone
Привет.
gathers together. It is
Spasiba, Bliat.
absolutely a
Duolingo
twist.
for
And
Russian.
we had no idea which names were going up for the
Привет.
drivers. Red Bull have taken the team's championship. Jarno Opmeer with a performance to savor. He says goodbye to
I
his
also
crown.
know,
He shows us all his
Idi
pride
nachuj.
in retaining his teams.
He may not
that
take
means
home the
that means how are you,
title,
right?
But he
Or that
can't
means I
help
love
but
you,
walk away
right?
with another as the team's title.
That means I
goes
love
the
you.
way of
Correct.
Red Bull. Jarno
It means I love
still
you.
showing class. Although he may not be the driver on top, they are the team on top. They're the strongest pairing. All the drivers, all the teams were saying that Red Bull were the team to watch. They're the team that are going to be impossible to beat. And in the end, you have to say that it was true. Jarno and Freddie Rasmussen, all the way throughout this season, have been unbelievable. They've been up at the front end. Yes, they've had their ups. Yes, they've had their downs, but they tackle every race like it's a fresh set of paper.
How do you say guys?
Starting to write with new ink.
Thank you, guys.
Spasiba. History for Red Bull, being the first team to win 4 constructors championships.
Wow, an
What is
amazing achievement for them, and Ismail Fassi is taking it in his stride.
I mean, go fuck
He
yourself.
had produced a moment of pure escapology
Good.
to win
What
3
is
in a row and
Orocho?
take the title.
Guys.
As it is. He falls 2 points short with a memorable campaign.
Guys, I remember-
A runner-up last year.
Oh my
a
God.
runner-up this year. But he is going to be a name in contention for the title next year as well. You can be sure.
Okay, good. Oh, it means good. Oh, it means literally good.
Arena is taking a very, very deep breath after a result that will be poured over and
That's how you
poured
say it?
over and poured over, and it is nearly time
Oh, yeah.
to crown
I'm
our
down.
champion. It is an incredible moment to
I'm down
close
to join.
out the season. Otis
Do I
Lawrence
follow? Fantastic.
kneeling at the front of his rig. Crown the champion. He's
There,
now
it is
moved
followed.
to the other room.
Very good.
And
Very good.
Ismail Fassi.
Yes.
Be proud of the
Rebieta.
way not only he drove in this event, but the way
Rebieta.
he's acquitted himself in these
Rebieta,
moments. Just falling short.
Bliet.
One of the most unbelievable comebacks I've ever seen in sim
Let me
racing
teach you some
history.
Russian next stream for
Ismail
next raid,
Fassi,
bro. We'll
it
talk as
almost
real
looked
Russian.
impossible. He took
Sounds
on
good,
the
Shrek. Sounds good.
impossible and said that anything is
Pivo
possible.
is
Winning
bare.
3 races
I remember
back
that.
to
I'm gonna
back.
use that tomorrow
You
in
kept going on
the
about last year,
streets.
How incredible it was that Thomas Ronhar got pole position 3 times in a row. Never mind taking home 3 race victories in a row. The Spaniard has just been on
Orocho.
such amazing form over the
Orocho.
course of these 3 races, and couldn't have rounded out the season any better. Circumstances completely out of his grasp.
Pivo.
Decide the
Pivo is
championship,
beer?
but Ismail
Oh,
Fassi has
bear.
to be proud of the drive that got him there.
Beer or vodka?
And for Otis Lawrence, a
Why not both?
sensational rookie season with multiple victories,
Okay.
including here. Well, wasn't good enough to win today,
Guys,
and the strategy
thank you so much.
saw him finish the highest of the
God
hard
damn.
runners. But in
Thank you
the
so
end, it
much
was
for
enough.
stopping by.
A 17
All right.
point gap.
Like I
Came
said,
down
on
to
June
just
3rd, we're going to be streaming
Everyone
F1 26.
discussing the
And
end of the
for League
season,
Racing,
and
Formula
will
Kite
be
Racing League
for
will make its
some
comeback
time. Otis
2
Lawrence
weeks
survives.
after June 3rd.
Hangs
Okay?
his
The exact
neck
details won't be in the Discord.
alongside the greats in F1 sim racing.
Polka.
He had to work very, very hard for it, but he is.
Few word about
really
DLC.
there.
All right, what you
And
want to
ready
know?
receive
What you want to
his
know, my
trophy
friend?
In a few moments.
What do you want to know,
time.
Rebieta?
Everyone being ushered into the
Rebieta.
order. Deep breath for everyone, and my thanks to our whole team. Before we get
Give
to
me
this
your
end of the
account
broadcast,
with
because they have been
DLC. How bad it feels?
sensational at
It's just like in real life.
a really confusing
It's just like in real life.
situation. Let's have a look
I do not
at the
believe I'm
race
streaming tomorrow.
classification. An unbelievable finish to the season. 3
Because
victories in a row for
the
Ismail
embargo is still
Fassi
in
to put
effect.
him on the brink
There is
of the
no
title.
super
He
clipping,
crossed the
there is
line,
a little
and
clipping.
We did not know.
Okay.
Jake Benham. We were waiting for him to have some luck. He finally did.
His cars turned better.
Nicholas Longe and the new champion.
I'd say the
Otis
cars are more
Lawrence
understeery,
in fifth.
but it's the
Duncan
setups.
Offland in P6.
I will have more news on that. I will make a video about it on YouTube. Okay,
Whether
about how the
Otis
car
Lawrence
feels.
would be 5th or 6th was crucial. If it went
But
to count back,
I feel like the car is more
Ismail Fassi
sluggish
was
on
the
turn
champion.
in. On turn in
42
alone,
minutes
okay?
of
It does not
driving,
respond
half
well.
an hour of waiting,
Either that or I'm
and
going
a
to
new
try
name on the honors board.
really, really
Second,
big wing gaps,
Barry
okay?
Borman.
Big wing gap is a must this year, I think.
Strategy. It meant that he was going to fall back.
I'm not going to be able to post tomorrow. We have to wait until the 3rd. I know there's a guy on TikTok that's been posting about it, but he's going to get copyright strike.
Our classification to close out the season.
Flicks better? You can still flick.
Rasmussen,
I have not tested whether the flick is faster. Okay? Flick still exists. I heard some people say, I know Brandon Lee said flicking is not as fast anymore, but some other drivers, some esports driver have said that if flicking is in the game,
socials.
it means flicking will be faster. If you learn how to flick correctly, flick will still be faster.
Emotional, doesn't it, Alex? Especially when so much hard work has been
Hey, thank you,
poured
Shrix.
into every race.
Thank you,
Not
thank you.
just from the drivers.
Spasiba!
Yes, they put in the hours on the simulator.
Ребята.
Yes, they put in the hours
Спасибо,
on the road.
ребята.
But all of the team and support that they have surrounding them, team members, family
Как
members,
дела?
brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, everybody goes into
Post a
this
photo.
system, and that
Photo
is
on the
how
Discord?
we finally come out with a
Hey,
victory.
good night, Fantastic. Thank you for the raid.
And the Ferrari
Spasiba. Take care.
Moment, it was looking as if
I'll catch you guys soon.
Champion and also
How about we raid somebody as well? Who should we raid? Tricks. Give me a target to raid. We can raid somebody else as well.
Different decision.
It's time for the crowning moments in the championship battle. Let's send it to the presentation and Nicola.
Ryan?
So, how was that for a finale? We
Bratishka?
finally made it.
Bratishka.
This is it. This is the moment.
Do?
Please welcome.
До свидания. Oh, yes. До свидания. До свидания.
It's Otis Lawrence.
Vocalo. Yeah, I'm learning so many words. I'm gonna try to remember, but до свидания.
No, I'm so happy. My team is just
Okay, let's
amazing.
raid.
The Alpine guys, you know.
Who should we
since I
raid?
joined a year ago. These guys are amazing. Danny Bresnay, Josh Ado, Tomek, Robert, Ben.
Yeah, how about we
Josh,
raid Miyuki?
Seb,
It's been a while since I've raided Miyuki.
Nick, Harvey,
Skolko.
Goat. There's so many people.
Skolko?
Piotr, Andre,
Skolkolet?
there's so many
How old
people
are
I
you?
could mention. I hope
Skolkolet.
I didn't miss anyone out, but, my team
How
is
old
just
am
the
I?
best
I'm
team.
28.
You know, I just can't believe it.
Yes, yes.
Your entire
All right, guys.
season. When
I'm gonna
first
start you on the
met
raid.
DreamHack in Birmingham, you were on top
Спасибо
of the world, celebrating,
and
screaming,
до
and
свидания.
as soon as we got to event
This is
3,
now a
you were bit
Russian
more
stream.
serious. And especially event 4, these last few races,
Yes.
you've
Ciao,
been a
ciao,
bit more
guys.
focused, a bit more calm, and a bit